I would assume that you'd actually get a decent amount of people with you saying that it's Daggerheart.
Yeah, I mean it's super hard though. We'll see. I mean, right now I'm just doing this low key. Like if I really push it, maybe. But I imagine I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Sign into chat. All messages. That's interesting.
I know.
Yeah, so I do have the chat set up too. I don't know if it's going to work. By the way, people have been chatting. I don't know if you guys have seen, because a lot of these are unlisted, but when I went back in the listed stream, random people are chatting to us. We just don't see it. I never knew that. I don't know how people are finding it either. But
Oh,
but anyway, hold on one
A little
second.
creepy. All right.
Yeah, I was surprised too. So my D&D game and all my Candela games, people have chatted to us, which is wild to me. Um, but let's see. All right. Yeah,
Because I have to
it's
create
not
something
working.
else from
Game
chat.
capture's not working.
Huh.
Okay, that'll come up in a second. Let me start over. So this is what it will look like when it works. It'll go from starting soon, and then when we go to the live scene, you'll see Tailspire, and then all of our stuff, yes. And then if the chat is up, it will go on the right-hand side there. Cool. Okay. Now you can look at it on Tailspire, but whenever I say that you're seeing an object or something, you're gonna have to go back to the stream, and the stream has to be muted, by the way. Otherwise, it will get into a feedback loop.
Do you see it live now?
yep.
It
It's
it
live
should
right
be
now.
up now. Yeah, it should be up now.
Mm.
But you have to. You can only see it if you're subscribed, and it should like
Yeah.
notify you that I'm live. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Mm.
create a channel to even see the chat. So
That's
Oh, interesting.
okay. That's odd.
Oh, I can see it now.
I had to close my browser and reopen it, but now I can see it.
Yeah, exactly. Me
Oh, you
too.
know what? See if my thing is broken anyway. Can you guys try to just say hi in the chat? I want to see if this really works. The chat box is
In
up.
YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. The chat box is up, and it's yeah. I see it there. I do see that in my chat box. Oh no, it works. Holy shit! It actually works.
Yeah, it says.
It actually works on the stream. Wow. Okay. I'll have to fix it later. It's all fucked up, obviously, but that's wild. It really works. Okay, cool.
yeah,
So if somebody talks to
Mhm.
us, you guys will see it. All right. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is
hey,
just amateur right now. I'm gonna make this all much nicer soon. So, but um, all right. So do we have melody yet?
uh,
No,
not yet. Do we need to ping her to see if we can get her in here?
we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just give me a finish. I'm at to
Yeah. I
finish
see
up my
she's
food.
on.
I'll
I
be.
see she's on.
She immediately got online. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Jess. Thanks for messenger.
No problem. There she is.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Tailspire.
All right.
Yeah.
If someone can also just make sure, I'm not so sure the audio is coming through. I know that means you have to unmute and it causes a crazy like feedback loop. I
I
can't
got.
actually do it on my side. Can you hear
I got
yourself?
this. I
Let's see.
got. Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, awesome. So you can hear me and yourself. That's perfect. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I hate the way my voice sounds whenever it comes through the mic, though. Ooh.
No worries. That's like everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
doesn't actually sound like my voice.
Yeah.
Mystalmere play.
Okay. All right. So, uh, let's go ahead and do the recap. There is one thing that I missed when we actually came down into the cellar area. There is going to be another black flash, just like when you guys entered before, but the only people that actually need to make this roll are the two that succeeded. So I believe that is Abel and
That was me.
Oscar, right?
It was
Abel and
me.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so if you guys
Oh
can
gosh.
both re-roll real quickly, and then we'll go ahead.
Gotta get
While that's happening, if
everything
somebody wants to do
pulled
the
up.
recap. Yep.
Can't remember what kind of role was it.
I think it was
Oh.
instinct, right?
Yes, it's instinct. Yep.
Oh, and everybody gets another hope
Oh yeah,
Yep.
number.
Rory.
halfling
I'm
magic.
Rory.
Oh yeah,
Also
this
on
start
Go,
of.
so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so if everyone's ready, I'll start the recap.
Thanks.
We rejoined our heroes last when they were investigating the inside of this house that they were told by the Virtue to investigate, and their trial was to retrieve a silvery chalice. Inside, our heroes found all sorts of things amongst a scary room with which it looked like animated armor, but thankfully Kane and Euro were teleported out of there post haste. And after looking around a little bit, our party pressed forward. Inside the inner chamber, we discovered what looked like some sort of strange pamphlet lying on the floor, and this pamphlet was a poem that described one of the few things that Oscar in his leisurely life actually sat down and studied for once, which was glass snakes. And Oscar, to the very much surprise of the whole party, rattled off history, theoretical origins of the glass snakes, habitats, how they fight. But aside from Oscar knowing a lot about glass snakes, we don't really know why that paper was here. So we continued on hoping there were no glass snakes.
And me and Kane were the only ones that could see that, right?
I believe so, yes.
Mhm.
Because everyone else is under the impression that everything is all yucky and scary.
Yeah.
First room we opened looked like some sort of ruined dinner hall that did have some weapons, like weapon racks and armor mannequins strewn about, which was made for a very unusual looking dinner hall, especially with the back wall completely crumbled and able to see outside. And as soon as we saw outside, more of the thronging mass of undead goblins began flooding into the building. To which everybody scurried out immediately. And upon closing the door, slimes fell out of the ceiling on top of everybody. Thankfully, no one was too hurt after a short but brutal conflict with these slimes. A lot of people's armor is worse for wear, but no one's really beat up or missing any hair or anything. Thankfully, and finally, we made our way towards a rickety-looking back room of the building that had all sorts of cases and barrels and locked boxes, and a large door that looked almost identical to the door we came in through. The party began poring over these boxes, ripping them open, finding what looked like some very interesting exotic fruit that glowed very slightly. And the idea was, oh, maybe we could sell these, and those were pocketed. And there was a large, either brass or gold-bound box that people attempted to pickpocket or rip open, to no avail. So it was just moved. Very, very hard task moving these boxes because they're all huge and seem to be filled with all sorts of goodies. Too bad we can't open them. Underneath the biggest of the boxes, we found a large metallic plate of unusual design with a pulley-like handle that, when pulled on, opens into a trapdoor into a lower level. Dean, the ever adventurous one, jumped down to investigate, and he found what seemed to be some sort of laboratory. Something not very acceptable in high society, by which I mean something of necromantic bent was taking place in this laboratory, but also horticulture, question mark, because there were some plants and such that can only be grown with the blood of 1,000 dead, but whatever. Um, and as a last minute thing, Ceiling took a hack at one of the boxes, luckily managed to pry it open, and it had a half ton of gunpowder inside.
Yep. Now, a couple important things. You're not actually working for the virtues yet, and that's my bad for the explanation. What you're working for is the city guard. They're called Aegis. I didn't really explain this to you. It is important though, because so the Aegis is what you're currently working through as your class. The person who actually teaches you this is directly so that the people that actually go through, and we'll go through all of that stuff when it's relevant to you, because there's a whole building and everything. But those people work directly with the Aegis, and you have a really high respect for them. The Aegis are the city guards. All of you would know this, and the virtues are like a super elite version of that literally like they are the top of the top when it comes to the law. So like for instance, an Aegis would always listen to a virtue, and even if a virtue theoretically broke a law or did it, they would be doing it into the interest of the city, and it's almost like they have a license for everything, so they would never be questioned anyway. But so that's how that structure works. And you're currently working for the Aegis. The person who spoke to you was from the Aegis, the city guard. And it's also a very respectable high level position anyway. It's actually very hard to get into the city guard. So it's not like you're just like a guard in a town or anything. Because the population is so low here, and because only the best ever get to become Aegises, and they do get special food privileges and a bunch of other things that are privileged above normal citizens, it's a high sought after thing, very hard to get into. Also, the I didn't tell you this last time, Corfer, because there's a lot that I'm still building with this.
Yeah.
However, the fruit that was found, and before I actually say all this, I'm going to give you an option here. As a druid, you are you are meant to be secretive. However, you can choose not to be. You can choose to be more transparent. But when you were brought up, there's a bunch of things that you don't know yet that were that you've already done that I need to get with you on. And it revolves around how food is essentially like provided. Um, and so what I want to ask you before we go into all of this is that do you believe that your character would stay to secrecy, or would you be more forthcoming to the group, trusting that they would tell no one else?
I would be an in between. So he
Okay.
is kind of more outgoing and friendly, but he knows that some things, well, might be a little more important,
All right, perfect.
if that
So
makes
some
sense.
so some of this I'm going to say in front of everyone else, and then the rest after the session I'm going to give to you. But the
Okay.
fruit, so you can decide if you want to tell the group this or not, and you haven't said anything yet. We're going to say the fruit inside is lightning tree fruit, and that is very, very sacred to the lightning tree. The lightning tree is essential. So every single person that gets to become a druid, and it took you years to get here, they all get to go to the lightning tree to essentially see how essentially fertilized soil is brought here. Those fruit are sacred and priceless because they are actually keeping alive the arc druid that tends to the tree. So it is a huge mystery to you, and if the druids were ever found out that these were stolen, they would be infuriated enough to like caused a whole campaign to figure out how. Because any lightning tree fruit that's taken away from your arch druid, who's by the way lived for 400 years already, he started alive before this calamity happened, and he has been taking care of the tree ever since, and he's the only one that can at this point. So every one of those fruits that's stolen is kind of going against him. The fruits have other properties too. They don't just keep him alive. And then that's where I'll stop, and I can give you all the other stuff privately after the session. But just as a heads up, that's what that fruit is. You know this personally right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now, yeah. The other thing is, did you guys go ahead and roll on the black, the little black veil that happens? It's like a
Yeah,
flash of black.
I got a 17 with hope, and I think Kane got a critical success.
Awesome. Okay, so you both still
Ooh.
succeed. So here's the other thing that happens that I didn't get into last time. As you guys walk down, remember everyone saw that these were newish torture machines and other things that looked completely unused. However, the two of you noticed that these machines are literally holding the dead, tortured, horrifically tortured bodies of a human male that's been completely stripped of all its clothing but is almost hardly unrecognizable given the amount of damage that has been done to the body through torture on this side here. And then you also see there is an elven woman that's just been completely decimated torture-wise as well. The machine is bloody and awful, and only the two of you can see these two things. Everyone else sees brand new machines that have never been used.
God. Okay, that's lovely. I love that.
I love torture in the morning. Speaking of which, before we get too far, who has a bunch of stress?
Me?
Or feel?
I have one stress, I think, from last session.
I have
By
4
seeing
stress.
these things, both of you take a stress, by the way. It's that horrific. You both
Oh,
take a stress just
God.
seeing this.
Okay, and you said they're unrecognizable?
Oh, yeah. The torture,
Oh,
it's
God.
ungodly torture that had been done to these two. It's not anything, like, they didn't just kill these people. They completely and utterly, like, cut up the body. It's so bad that you don't want to actually go and investigate it.
Mm.
So, who said they had a bunch of stress?
Stealing.
Ceiling. I
Yes.
recognize that you're really stressed out. So I come and I come behind him and rub his shoulders and whisper sweet nothings in his ear to calm him down, and he clears one stress.
You flirt with him a little bit.
That's funny.
And then who else? Does somebody have is low on hit points or anything like that?
No.
Nope.
I have 2 stress, and that's pretty much it.
I will clear one of those stress.
Well, you got to save some of that for yourself, because you just got a stress as well, because you see it too.
I
Oh.
only do it for ally.
Oh, sorry.
So
I'll take it. Oh.
So, Turtle, you are
Yeah.
correct.
What?
Wait, who has the stress, Lily?
No. I have only one.
Yeah, it
I
was
had
Oscar.
2
You're a little
because of
low, by
the
the way, for me,
horrific
Abel.
scene.
I don't know if it's the same with anyone else, but your mic
Yeah,
is a
you
little
he
low.
sounds a little far from his mic for me.
Yeah.
Oscar. So I will go over to Oscar and I'll scruff up his hair to try and make him laugh, and I will try and relax him and clear one of his stresses.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah. What are friends for? I gotta lighten the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah.
It's pretty down here.
I'm gonna grab your hand and I'm gonna whisper in your ear and I'm gonna be like, I'm really glad that they can't see this because this is rough.
Well, yeah.
What's rough?
Don't
Nothing. Nothing.
Um,
Nothing.
let's see what else.
Now, if you do want to go ahead and search the room, you can, and there's a couple ways to do that. We can take our time to search, or we can actually roll to search. The roll is, I'm pretty sure it's, hold on one second.
Oh, I didn't notice. Chris, I'm still waiting on GM, by the way.
Oh, let me grab
Yeah.
people in. Sorry about that. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, and everyone's waiting. Yep, there we go.
Thank you.
Yep, good.
Chris, how long is a short rest?
It's this, I
Yeah.
believe it's the same. I think
It's
it's 1 minute.
30
Oh, is it 30 minutes?
an hour. Whoops. Just kidding. It's an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour. It is the same. Yep, taking a break for
Sorry.
an hour.
Whoops.
Yep.
Whoops.
Yep, short
I
rest is the
will,
same. Yep.
if it will.
I don't think it does anything mechanically, does it? Does it? I don't
For
know.
me, it does.
Oh, okay.
It does,
One
yeah.
of my spells, it refreshes the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Got
My
it.
barrage,
Got it.
my wrapping, it refreshes on a short rest.
Nice.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
that's what that's me.
I just posted the rules. Actually, everyone can heal themselves, clear stress, and repair their armor, or gain hope on a short rest.
Oh,
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. Yep. So if you want to, you can make instinct rolls to kind of like go through and navigate the room and try to search for things. The only the only thing though is that narratively it's always more precise to say exactly what you want to do if you want to go start searching through the room. The only reason the instinct roll is there in this game is to make things quicker, but you'll always find more if you tell me explicitly what you want to do. The instinct rolls are really only to find hidden things.
hmm
Hmm.
I'm specifically going to look around for any like chests or anything that might contain this chalice that we are looking for.
Well, so right off the bat, when you start to look around, you notice that there is a very ominous looking chest. There's two of them, as a matter of fact. One that's just flat underneath it, but then another one that's over here with some skull on it, but it's in a locked door. There's obviously cots around, and this is where the whole skull
Mhm.
pile has been.
Hmm.
You also, as you start to look around, do notice that there are some cells over here, but they just have bones inside of them. So, but they
There's
did tell you you would know because you were there. The chalice is probably not in a room like this because they mentioned that it's in like a um, essentially like a essentially like a dining room almost or a foyer or whatever. Um,
so
uh,
like the one that the zombies are all in
potential
right now.
potentially you're not sure. Yeah, it would be pretty bad if that was
Gosh,
the room. But yes,
darn it.
yeah,
Hmm.
that would be bad.
Wow,
Um,
lovely.
and this is certainly a hidden
Uh,
room. I mean, this was 100% hidden, and they never mention anything about anything like this.
They did mention that there have been sightings of undead, and we should, if we can, while looking for the chalice, investigate the source of that undead.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Are those some stairs
maybe like
going
that.
down?
Yeah, so there are kind of so here's what it is. There are stairs going down here, and it looks like it goes down into a sewer system on this side, and it certainly looks like so this is just wooden piles that are braced with metal, and it's
Mhm.
possible to blast or cut through these for sure.
But it's not an
Um,
actual door,
No, it's not a door that can be lifted. This is actually
like a
a like a
grate.
storm drain grate. Now, it's possible if it is liftable, it's possible that you could like physically lift it or find like a lever that goes through it, but you'd have to actually investigate that more.
Hmm.
But yeah, that is
I
actually stairs
have
going down.
I have an idea for that if we want to explore that.
well, are
Yeah.
we?
So What first? I'd like to, Chris. Any chance I could get any of that lightning fruit
So
safely?
who picked it up? Who picked up the boxes? There were 3 boxes. I vaguely remember.
Someone packed the fruit. Someone pulled the fruit out and put
Yeah,
the fruit in their backpack. I
that's
don't
that's what
remember
I
who.
that's what I remember as well. Who was that?
I think that was Corfer, but I might be wrong.
Oh, well, Corfer, if that's the case, you have the fruit. Did you take them?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't. But if I would have known that, I would have taken the initiative and said, "Hey, that is a special fruit to my people," and I would have argued to take possession of it.
Gotcha.
That's
Cool.
fair. I have one in my possession, so you can.
Oh, okay, mate.
All right. Well,
You
thank
would
you very
actually,
much.
so it's so precious, by the way, that you would actually keep it in the boxes. You would not risk bruising that fruit. So you would
Oh,
have to
okay.
keep it in those boxes with the whatever the sawdust like tinner is. They when you look into that further, Corfer, since you're going to have them, as you open it up, it's not really sawdust. You open this up and you notice that these are finely grained sands of the Everlast. So the Everlast is this essentially like lake that is close to the lightning tree, and the sands themselves are not that they're actually tiny. If you were ever to look at them up close, they're little tiny circles. So they have no jagged edges at all, and they're little tiny circles of glass that are more reflective than normal sand, and it's 1,000 times softer, and it can preserve anything, fresh fruit, human body, whatever, for a long, long time.
Wow.
So whoever
Okay.
took the lightning fruit knows about the sands, knows about that area, and knows how to apply it.
Hmm. Well, from his preliminary investigation, Dean did say that this looks like some sort of like evil druids. I don't know, like
Yeah, the
Laboratory.
or something. Yeah.
yeah, especially because of that corpse plant that is
Yeah.
something only an archdruid with death or something like that as a domain
Yeah.
could even possibly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So, how many boxes or fruits are
3.
there in total?
There's 3 of them.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
could I go
remember,
through
this fruit
the?
does extend lifespan for anyone.
Ooh.
So, Corfer, only you know that. You don't know how
Yes.
long for a single fruit, but it is priceless and very precious.
Yeah, and all I
One.
would say to everybody is this is a very important sacred fruit for my people.
Nice.
So
Nice.
they wouldn't, you guys wouldn't know that other part, at least
Correct.
yet.
Could I go through the alchemical equipment to try to find something useful or anything
Yeah, of course.
labeled?
Yeah, so that's going to take a little bit, but especially since you're not super familiar with, you're somewhat familiar with it being a wizard, but this is very foreign to you. So these kind of concoctions, these things over here, these are meant to pull out essences, and it's very, very, very precise work, but it's also very specific to essencing. As you start to look through it, though, so this is literally made to make some kind of potions, but not necessarily magical. It's just like it's meant to be essentially dangerous, like poisonous material, dangerous material, potent material, aromatic material. That all goes through these essencers. So it's not magic in general. So you're not super familiar with that process, but as you start to look through it, you realize that's what it's for. The other thing that you notice, though, is that there are these made potions, fully made potions. Those could be magical, you think to yourself. You're not exactly sure. There's 2 of them right here.
Are they labeled with something?
The labels are blank, but they are ready to go. The liquid has been distilled.
Well, I mean, could be useful. I don't know. I'll guess I'll take them and just maybe later I can examine them, whatever, analyze them.
Okay.
So I'll just take them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you totally can.
Chris, I'm gonna check this gate that my character's in front of.
Yeah. So it is locked. And obviously you see what Oscar found as well. So you see those two chests. The one obviously with the weird warped wood, and then the skull in it with the two skulls on the side. And then there's actually two chests in there. There's a flat chest here, and then another flat chest here. What would you like to do?
Hmm.
Well, if I know it's locked, I'm gonna search the room for the key
Okay,
to open the door. Maybe.
sure. So
What's this crystally stuff looking on the floor? Can I
yeah,
make out what that is?
yeah. So real quick, while you're gonna do this, since this would be hidden if it even exists here, this you'll have to make an instinct roll for. So go ahead and give me an instinct roll while that's happening, and then yeah. So you start to look at all of this stuff. So it is it is really strange. It's a yellow solidified sharp uh, crystalline material that is completely opaque. There's no like translucency at all to it, and it smells awful when you get close to it. It smells like sulfur and something else, almost like rotten eggs mixed in with like some other nastiness that you can't really figure out. But it's
Lovely.
With
all
my
over. It's all over. Yeah.
with my blacksmithing experience, do I know for sure this is sulfur, or does this seem
You know
more
for
like
sure.
the?
You know for sure it's not sulfur with your black string. It's something else. Smells a little
Hmm.
like sulfur though.
Is anything pinging off of my arcane sense
Yes.
other than that flower, that plant that we already investigated?
Yes. Now that you're close enough, you notice that the two vials are magic. You also notice
Mm-hmm.
that the lock here, these locks are
It's
magic.
magical. Got it.
And for some reason, and this is the real
Mm-hmm.
unnerving part, there is some kind of strange magical residue coming from the bodies of these two
Oh god.
unfortunate victims. Yeah.
Oh gods.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gods. Um.
Okay.
I have
Are you okay? You keep saying "oh gods."
a.
Well,
Well.
You need Tom?
You saw the other. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll connect telepathically to you, so you can tell me specifically what you see, because we're the only two that can see the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Uh. There's some magical resonance on the bodies. It themselves. I don't know if we need to investigate that or.
Well, after I'm done looking for the key, I'll help you.
Okay.
I got this 16 with hope for my search.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So you're sure after you look through at least this portion of the room, and so this you search this portion, and then you search over here with the magic equipment. You're sure the key isn't here. Um, One of the things that you got while searching through everything though is that there's this like weird grain on this side that you went through a little bit, hoping that the key was in there, and instead, inside the grain as you were going through it, you you touched it, you brought it out, and then instinctively took it back in because there's literally a still beating human heart within the grain. Yeah, yeah.
Gross.
So your hand comes out bloodstained, but yeah, there's a beating human heart in there.
Like
Kane, what'd you find?
Kane can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Kane can see it.
Oh my god! So it's real. So it's not a part of the illusion.
Well,
But
so Kane, so as Kane takes his hand and brings it out, you can see the blood stain.
Mm-hmm.
However, uh, no one else in the group will see any kind of blood stain.
Okay,
Oh, okay, good.
got
like
it.
we're connected now. Like, can you see the blood stain?
Oscar can see it, but no one else can.
I can see it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm like. But no one else. Do we think anyone else can see it?
Uh,
I don't
so
know.
the best way to do that is just to ask the group because for now you guys aren't sure what's going on. You can see it, Kane.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know that. But I, I'm like, just I hold my hand up. What's the color of my hand?
Yeah. So when Kane holds his hand up and his hand is perfectly clean, and it's the color of his skin.
That's your hand. It looks
Your
like
hand
you.
looks fine. There's nothing there.
Same as the rest of you.
Something sinister's
Like your other
going
one?
on here.
Yeah.
Your hand is clean, Kane.
It does.
Why are you asking us this question? This is
Don't
weird.
worry about it.
Well,
Maybe he's seeing illusions, like what happened with the door upstairs.
I'm gonna do it. Do either of these bodies look like their hearts removed?
No, no. The
Gross.
the bodies could be
Nasty.
removed. They could be removed. Yeah.
No,
like their hearts were
If they are
moved.
missing the
Oh,
heart.
oh. I'm sorry. Both of them have their hearts removed.
This is nasty.
Uh,
I'm fine.
you guys look revulsed. What is going on?
I
Well,
go.
there was another black flash. I don't know if you saw it.
Nope.
I did not.
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna take the little
Mm-mm.
gray bag
I am blind.
and go over to one of the bodies.
Yeah.
And
What are you doing?
don't worry about it. I'm gonna pour the grain bag out over the body.
Yep. Okay. So you
Oh,
pour the grain
God.
bag over the body, and you see eventually you see the beating human heart just fall into the area. Everyone else sees a glass ball, that's perfectly like crystalline. It looks like a solid sphere. Nothing ominous about it. Just drop onto the table with all the grain. Now, surprisingly to everyone, when you get closer, the grain is over something that you cannot see, as if the grain is somehow showing you an invisible object underneath things that just doesn't exist.
Wow,
But you do see
that's a
the
neat
grain.
trick.
Okay.
And there's a crystal red ball on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the crystal red ball and like go a little bit and try and put it back into the cavity of the body.
No,
So
you are my charge, so everything you do is my business. Ceiling isn't stopping you, but he is getting irate. He's like yelling at you now.
yeah, and you do eventually put it within the cavity, but nothing happens. Just to them, a crystal ball is now on the table here, a red crystal ball.
Well, that didn't do anything.
Can I
Uh,
just try
why
the
would
other
a
one?
good weird red ball on the table do anything?
I'm gonna open up
Yeah, you
this
can.
container.
Yep. 1 second. So, sorry, that was you, Dean. Who said that?
What's up?
You wanted to
Me?
take the red crystal ball. You said.
I want to say, why would putting a weird crystal ball on the table do anything?
Right.
Touch it. That's all I'm telling you. Just don't touch it. You'll thank me later.
Alright.
Okay.
Open up if there's any bags into like I'm gonna check this bag for any more organs.
Sure. No. You. So this bag can be open. There's a bunch of grain inside, and sure enough, as you went through it, there is another beating heart inside the bag.
I'm gonna do the same deal with this over.
Yeah, these bodies are so badly gone from the torture and all of the awfulness that you do eventually do the same thing. People see the same thing. Are you just taking the orb out this time, or the beating heart, whichever one you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it as quickly as
Okay, you do. And to you guys, all you see is there's a red crystal ball. He places it down around this part of the table. It stays there. Nothing happens.
Oh, well, that was a theory.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look around. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Go on.
Oh, where do you want to go, Dean?
Uh, I was gonna check out that workbench right there.
Oh, the workbench over here. Yeah, it's got.
Yeah,
So it does have a mallet. It has a bottle of whiskey or wine or alcohol. You're not exactly sure which alcohol this is.
each knobs.
It's got. It does have some kind of measuring tool. There's a blank piece of paper. There is a box. It's locked as well, and then there's some very strange gold-like thread.
I'll pick up the box and I'll try fiddling with it. Is it like a keyhole lock or is it
It
like
is.
an?
It's a keyhole lock, and it's locked shut. Yeah.
I'm going to call Oscar over real quick since he has the lockpick.
I
Can you,
don't. We discussed this last session.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Yep. No
oh,
lockpicks.
right.
I have no
Then
luck.
I will use my nomad pack and pull out a lockpick, spending
Okay.
one hope.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm going to see the bottle that's next to that door that I'm next to, Chris. I'm
Yep.
gonna pop open and
It's just
pour
alcohol. It's some kind of strong smelling alcohol.
Okay. I'm gonna rinse my hands off with the alcohol
Yep. Yep.
and clean them a little bit.
Okay.
It's moonshine.
Yeah. Black lightning.
Okay.
Okay.
Oscar, you think you can crack this?
I can try.
Go for it.
Okay.
I got a bunch of these things in
Good
here,
luck.
so
Or
no pressure.
Oh god. I got a 10 with fear.
Okay.
Probably
Perfect.
not good.
So, uh, so you don't open it yet. You're still fiddling with it. It's going to take some time. So normally these would be easy for you, Oscar. You think to yourself, but because of the situation and the stress and everything else, this is
Yep.
just not an easy situation. So it's going to take you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. In this room with the bodies, while I'm fiddling with this thing, trying to get it open, is there anything on the bodies that is like? Is there more specifics that I can see now that I'm a little closer?
Well, you definitely go to take a look, but as Kane was walking across the floor here, and he walked on this area here,
Oh
um,
god.
what ends up happening is you hear a large dinging bell go throughout everything. It startles you so much you'd stop what you're doing. You hear it in the ceiling, and it starts ringing over and over again. It's getting increasingly louder, and after 10 seconds, everything's quiet and stops.
Are you
Okay.
You
okay?
can move back there.
Kane, leave that area, please.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you feel any different? Are you okay?
Everyone, yeah, Kane, you feel fine.
We hear everything, right?
Everyone heard this. It doesn't matter. So you walk over to try to brace yourself now that's over to look at these, and
Mm-hmm.
it's horrific in the sense that
Mm-hmm.
there are several. So first of all, the arm has been amputated. Several cuts and gashes have been going through it. The body's been burned. The body's been sliced
Good.
apart.
Right.
The actual like skin has been flayed off in this area. It's horrific. To the point that you
Lovely.
actually probably have to stop while looking. But this was meant to be some kind of extreme torture,
Mm-hmm.
like ridiculously extreme on both sides.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I will say, Oscar. Given your
Mm-hmm.
background, you
Yeah.
start to understand
Uh-oh.
potentially why this would be happening. There is a certain
Uh-huh.
kind of malediction magic that
Mm-hmm.
relies on extreme suffering from a conscious being, and you
Mm-hmm.
wonder to yourself if this is why. This is the
Mm-hmm.
worst of the worst kinds of magic, essentially.
Yeah.
It's a ritual magic based on, brought upon by human, elf, conscious beings suffering, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you think this
And
is. Now that you're putting the
okay.
two and two together because they're still beating hearts here.
Mhm.
You're not sure what it is. You have
And
no training in this, but you've heard about it.
mhm. So is the same thing like happening? Like, would I? I have a theory. Um, that corpse flower at the beginning, at the very yeah, at the
Yep.
very beginning of the room.
Sure.
You said it was. You said it was magical, yeah?
It is.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And you said it's also part of this like stuff that I'm getting from these bodies as well, right?
So it is loosely
Is it
tied
the
together.
same or is it
No, it's
different?
loose. It's
Like
loosely tied
loosely
together.
tied
Yes. Yeah.
together.
Yep.
So my theory, my hunch is that this all has to do with the undead that is around. Um, that's my theory, working theory. And would I tie this like to any sort of being that I've ever heard of,
No.
or like
No. Like you don't even know
I
practitioners of
just
this. It's
know
so
the
yeah.
source, like what it is. I just know
You've heard
what it is.
you've heard rumors of terrible magic that are based upon conscious beings suffering
Hmm.
like this, and that's
Got it.
what you're putting together.
Like a sort of necromancy, but
Yeah,
different
based
kind
on
of thing.
exactly. It's actually based off of fear and pain. So it's it's like your D&D version of necromancy on a so much more
Hmm.
horrific level because it's not enough to kill someone. You have to basically overwhelm them with the most bleak, painful terror possible, and then you derive
Hmm.
the power and magic from that, siphon it off, and then use it in undead, scarier things. It's worse than
Right.
necromancy, the
Great.
D&D
Great.
kind.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Well,
Neat.
while they're doing all of this, I want to go back up the stairs to make sure nothing is coming.
Yeah. So, absolutely. So you do. You walk to the stairs, but as since you're closest, you already hear footsteps above you.
Mm. Yikes.
Oh,
Oh,
So you want to stay
Yikes.
here?
no.
Okay.
and that was Dean saying that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dean. Yeah. So you walk up, Dean, and you're the one who hears the footsteps. I'm sorry about that. And
Yeah.
yeah. So you hear footsteps above you. Oh,
I'm going to.
who was the original?
What's up?
I'm sorry. One more thing that you find now that you've been looking, going through things, still looking for that key, Randall, is you find a single over in this area here. You find a single shard of a glass scale.
Mm.
Oh.
All right. So Dean, yeah, there's people walking above you. You can't see anything yet. Um, it's more than one set of footsteps, and then there's another sound that is like inaudible. It's very foreign to you. It's heavy but foreign.
Right, I want to get everybody's attention without making noise. Like I'm just going to start waving my arms.
Yep.
And I'm going to put a finger to my lips, signaling to be quiet.
Okay. With that, Ceiling will get next to Kane and sort of crouch down low and like gesture to him to like do the same and hide, and he'll just try to be quiet.
What does everybody else want to do? Yeah, you
I'm
can
going
grab it. You grab the
to
shard. Yep. What was that? I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to like hide behind that wall next to the elven person.
The elven
Like
person's over
not
here.
yeah,
This
but
one's
like
all. Yeah.
closer to the wall, like to
Oh, I
that
see.
corner of the wall.
Right here.
Yeah. Kind of
Perfect.
hide over yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
Corfer. Corfer, what are you doing in this second?
I think I would try to find this, since I'm so small, the smallest corner under a table, or
Sure. Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
like
Yep.
kind of in there.
All right. We'll go to you next, Dean. in this second, what are you doing?
I'm going to get behind that wall where the work desk is.
Okay, this one here, right there.
Yeah, and then I won't like crouch down like behind that corner.
Perfect. All right, Yertle. In this moment, what are you doing?
Right next to Oscar and hiding in the shell.
Cool. And what about you? So you are last
Really.
here. Yeah, Lily.
Um, can I make it to the stairs that go into the sewer? And as I am also really small, can I
You
just
actually,
hide there?
I was gonna say, you're actually so small, Lily, that if you wanted to give me a roll to this, you could try to squeeze through. I will allow it. Um, remember, you
No,
can
I,
get
I want
stuck.
to stay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to stay here, but just like hide
Yeah,
beneath the level of the floor
you
on the
can. You
stairs.
you totally can. Yeah, yeah. All right. Now that we're all doing that, what is the actual roll for this? God, I should know this. Hold on. Hide. Um. Uh. Oh, it's not obvious, is it? I don't think they even. Hold on. I know there's stealth, but hold on one second.
Hide is
It's
finesse.
finesse.
It
Yeah, it's
says
finesse. It's
control hide
finesse.
tinker.
And then if you have stealth expertise, that's what I was trying to look for. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So everyone, go ahead and make your finesse rolls.
Okay. I got a thing where I can what is it? I can use one of my experience um by marking a stress instead of a hope, and I get the double of my experience modifier.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
I want to use you won't see me coming because I'm so small,
Yep.
and I double that to my roll.
Okay.
So I got nothing.
I don't think I have
Dagger heart.
that. Okay.
That's your cinematic. Alright.
Gotta add your modifier to it.
No.
HC S +1.
Ooh, nice. I also have another thing where um, every time I roll a 10, in this case, because I chose 10 for this session, I get to clear one stress, so I'm going to clear one stress.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. Awesome.
There you go.
and I got 19 with fear.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty good.
Nice.
I only had a
Cool.
9 with hope.
Okay.
I got
I
15
got
with
a
fear.
I got an 11 with fear.
Critical hope.
Okay.
Ooh.
Awesome. Awesome.
I
Okay.
got a 7 with hope.
All right. So the lowest are 11 with fear and
Yeah.
9 with fear, correct?
I got a 10.
9 with hope.
I got a
Oh, 9
s-
with hope.
I got
That's
a
right.
7. I got a 7 with hope.
Oh, you got a
I got a
7.
10 with fear.
So 7,
Yeah.
10, 9. Okay. Cool. Awesome. That's enough. Okay. So this is what ends up happening. So you see. So after 5 minutes or so, let me bring in somebody for this. Um, let's do this. All right. So, um, I did this before. Unfortunately, it resets every time. So hold on one second. Um, let me just get you guys the miniature. That's okay. Hold on. We'll do it this way.
Hmm.
Well, we had something that fit this perfectly, but that's all right. So instead, I will narrate it. So I'm going to use this model just because it's big. It does not look exactly like this. So this is what ends up. So there's a guy that ends up popping down, and he is wearing armor, but the armor is made completely out of glass. I don't think
Mm.
we have this miniature here. So the armor is made completely out of glass, and it's not as heavy as this. Um, in his hand is a sword that glows a dim blue. Um, he's got some kind of trinkets on that are tied to a belt. One of them is definitely a glass potion, but the other two trinkets are hard to make out as he comes down. As a matter of fact, the only one that really has a good line of sight to him right now is Corfer. And Corfer, you notice that one of these trinkets is a small glass crystalline blue box. And he jumps down kind of effortlessly. He takes the box out like it's there's a little rope on his thing. He breaks the rope, holds the glass box in his hand, and whistles, and a glass snake comes running in as well. Like it essentially drops down and goes through this, and we will say that it is this one for now. It looks a lot cooler than this, unfortunately, but um, I'm gonna set the size in a second. It's not that big, guys. Don't worry. Um,
I was like, whoa.
yeah, it's actually
I
a
was like,
size.
oh
Fucking
my
mess.
god, we're
It is a
gonna
size
die.
smaller than that. Hold on one second. Um, it sucks. Next time I'll have this better, but it essentially erases my things here, but that's all right. So I'll have to preset them up next time. But let's do this. So it is only this big. So this is a clear. So this is pretty unique. This is a clear snake. It's got very sharp crystal-like scales on it. The snake is completely see-through. It's actually hard to see that because it's so crystal clear. The only way that you're seeing the details and definition is when the light bounces off like the head and stuff, because even the eyes are clearly see-through. Um, this is definitely the glass snake that you have heard in legend. Um, and uh, and as this guy comes down, he starts to whistle, and he says, "I already know you're here. No reason to hide. You're dead already. Nothing personal." And he starts to look around the room. So far, everyone is hidden.
Ooh.
So far,
Great,
everyone is hidden. Yeah.
great,
Corfer.
great, great, great,
So
great, great.
I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds to
Cool, cool,
just
cool.
think through what you might do, because what's going to happen in real time is the first person to get spotted is of course Corfer. You failed your roll, buddy. So, and what ends up happening is this: as you're knocked down, as you're like laying down over here, going through things, this flower here starts to get like nauseating to you. Like the smell is so incredibly bad, and you just noticed it, and all you do is you go to like reposition yourself, and it's too much. He already like sees that you're there. And I'm gonna let you guys have. So technically, I am not going to enact the rule where I ambush you, because I want to see how this goes. I think that's a little too harsh for this
So,
combat.
Oh
Would
So
my
he?
instead, you guys
My
get to go first.
god.
You guys
So
get
So
to go
would he
first. Yeah.
see me? Would he see me first, or would he just know that something is
He
there?
just knows something's there. He doesn't see you. He knows something's there first. So you are discovered, but he does not see the outline of your body. He doesn't know what you are. He just knows someone is over in there in that direction. He does not see Lily at all. Um,
so
However, you guys see all this because you're already hidden. You can see him turning his attention. And remember, you guys are going first here.
when he starts to turn his attention, I stand up and say, "Welcome. I don't think we're dead yet, but I think there is a negotiation that can be had."
And he says immediately, "I'm sorry, friend, but you are in the wrong place. You are in the wrong
I
place." And he moves
I'm
he,
thinking
he moves forward over
Very
here.
cold
The snake goes
here.
over here too.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like throwing one of the potions that I got from this basement to him. But can I see that he's carrying a potion? Is it different from the ones that I have?
It's completely different. When you look at it, it's got a reddish like liquid, and it's a very fancy bottle.
Okay.
Kane,
All right. So
Kane, as soon as the dude in the armor steps into the room, wants to
You mean
uh,
Dean? You said Kane.
Dean. No,
Yeah.
sorry, Dean.
Yep.
Wants to attempt to throw the table at him.
Hell yeah.
You absolutely can. Go ahead and give me your strength roll for that one.
and as soon
Better
as
yet,
Corporate
there.
knows he's been spotted, he'll do the vicious entangle. So hopefully that'll pair well with the table.
Yeah, that can happen at the same time. Absolutely. So go for it. You can pop up and do your vicious entangle. So go ahead and give us a strength roll. Let's see how hard and effortlessly you throw this thing.
2, 13 with hope.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
I can add.
You have a modifier for that, yeah.
Yeah, that's plus. I already added it in, I think. Yeah.
All right.
If we're starting the action tracker, Chris.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and start the action tracker. Yep. So that's the first. Yep.
Then everyone gets a rally die.
Cool. So this counts as your first action, and you are going to throw the table at him. And you get enough momentum that you really do throw this. So it's going to hit him, and he's going to take damage.
Right.
Just give me a second. Corfear, while that's happening, I want you to do your entangle because it'll depend on on what happens.
So
Don't worry about rolling to hit. I'm going to say the strength roll went through, and he's going to take a D4. The reason why it's a D4, just as a heads up, is because the table is awkward, and because of the way that he's rolling his armor, you're actually hitting him to like knock him prone, not really do damage because it's just a blunt table. But if the damage is 3 or higher, he gets knocked prone. I'm going to let you roll it. It's just a D4, or I can roll it if you want me to.
Okay.
All right. So the
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
Oh, so yeah. So I did on the demi plane. So 15 with fear, and I'm going to spend a hope to temporarily restrain the other one as well.
So
Okay,
both
cool.
are restrained.
So both are restrained.
Very cool.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So you restrain them both. Dean, go ahead and roll your D4, or unless you want me to as well. Let's see if it actually gets him. Because that table's going to hit before that happen. Yep.
So I rolled on demiplane and I got a 4.
Awesome. Okay, so you literally chuck this whole table at him, and it hits him square in the chest in surprise, and does knock him down. And now these entangling roots are going through it, and going through. They're also entangling the snake. Unfortunately, and to your surprise, the snake, the scales on this thing, as it starts to move, starts shredding through your roots. The snake is going to be able to move regardless. He is not, as a heads up.
Wow.
And
the entangle does 1 damage.
Perfect. Yeah.
I
This
only
is a
rolled a
special
1.
ability with the snake itself. You'll notice as it moves, it actually leaves these shards like embedded in the stone and stuff. They're super sharp, but it's not moving yet. All right, guys. Both of those were hope rolls, right?
Yes, I rolled with hope.
Fear.
Oh, you did go with fear, and then it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as that happens, so this is what's going to end up happening. I'll activate the snake first, then. So as that happens, the snake, in lightning quickly time, just shreds through all of the entangled vines. As it does that, it takes damage. By the way, so it takes an additional. What is the damage modifier on your
It's just 1d8.
1d8. You get to roll it again.
Yeah, 1d8. Okay.
Yeah, for it to escape, it gets to roll again.
So damage roll. 6.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, all right. So it does move through this, and you also notice that it's some of the armor that it has on its thing, on its scales and stuff. does like rip through them, and it looks like that's basically like protecting it. However, in its kind of like panic to get out of this thing, some of the scales rip off. That's actually the damage here, and it rips some of those scales off. So now you have some of these glass scales behind, going through this as well, and it darts over to. I'm gonna say that it darts over to you, Ceiling first. And give me 1 second.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
There's
There's a couple different ways that I can. There's a couple different ways that I'm actually gonna optimize this. I found that if I don't blow everything in the beginning, it actually is more deadly, even though it's less deadly per character. We're gonna try that first. Again, we're gonna have to see how these things go through. But so this is what it's gonna end up doing. So it basically makes this like spin where it goes to start spinning violently around you, and its sharp body starts striking you in every single direction. And essentially, what ends up happening is you take. Let me roll first. It's +1. Okay, all right. So actually, I don't think that hits. That's a 9. That does not hit, right?
My evasion is only 5.
Oh, okay, it does hit. Okay.
And it was
Um,
Yeah.
me.
yeah. All right. So it's going to do. So in its
Wait, is it going to
shredding
Dean or is it going to see? It's going to ceiling, right?
ceiling. Yeah. So it does 10 points. It's +3. So it's 10 points. So it's 10 points of damage. Um, and then uh,
I'm not going to spend armor for that, so I'm just going to take it.
okay. And then what ends up happening is that as it's spinning and going through this, I'm actually spending a fear to do this, by the way. I also roll a d6 die. So let's see what happens. On a 5 plus, something bad. Okay, so nothing happens in this case. Um, and and then what I'm going to do is I assume that the things are restrained. Is that correct? That's what your ability does, Corfer? It's restrained,
Yes.
right?
That.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Just says temporarily restrain them.
Right. Okay, perfect. So, all right. All right. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to take it. I'm going to activate this guy as well to start cutting through these vines with his glowing sword. Um, that's going to take an action, and I'm going to save my fear rolls to let you guys go. So you guys are up next.
Okay.
I would like to cast Slumber on the snake.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Nice.
Let me look that up.
So it's a spellcasting.
It's a very close target.
Yep.
On a success, it falls into a deep sleep until
Yeah,
they
go
take
ahead.
damage or you spend a fear.
Yep. Go ahead and make your spellcast roll.
I rolled a 14 with hope.
14. Let me look at the
Nice.
monster real quick. 14 is probably going to work. Let's just make sure.
Oh. He's thinking about it.
The sorry guys, it's this is a custom. All my creatures are custom, so just give me 1 second. Difficulty is 14. What did you roll?
14.
Meets it, beats it? Is that
Yeah,
how that
yeah.
works?
I believe that's correct. We're gonna say that it is for now. I believe that's right. So, yep.
Right.
Nice.
So the snake falls asleep. Now you have to use a fear to awaken it,
Right,
or it
right.
just stays until it takes damage.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Perfect. All right. You guys, that was with hope, right?
Yes.
All right. So you guys get to keep going.
Okay.
Alright,
I would like to do something. If
Okay.
that's okay.
I would like to.
that's fine.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So Sealing steps forward. I want to get as close to the knight-looking guy as possible. Chris, you tell me if I can get in melee range. I
You
doubt
can.
it.
No, you can. You
Oh,
totally can.
okay,
And
cool.
this,
So
and
this
this,
is
and this you
technically
can. This is just far enough to not roll. This is this. So you guys know the way this works is that if he's across the room, if he's here and you're here, and you are going through the snake and everything else, because there's no opportunity decks or whatever, it's still a roll to get to him. But if you're going anywhere in between here to there, it's free. So all this is free movement essentially. So yeah. So yes, you can get to him.
okay. I will step forward and draw my greatsword. I'm not sure if anyone noticed last session. I did not attack at all because I just didn't want to give. I did not want to give them action tokens, right? So I'm going to say that this is the first time you see Sealing draw his greatsword. It's an unusual greatsword. It's really, really long, but it's only about as thick as a regular sword. So it's just a really long, long sword. And as he draws it from his back, he is screaming at the top of his lungs, "My name is Sealing Metacor, adherent of the Sentinel Temple of the Great City, and by my blood, you will die here!" And I will activate Unstoppable. So,
Sick. Awesome.
You just hear Dean in the background. Shut the fuck up.
We're gonna die.
there we go. I
Okay.
was looking for where our chat was. So, a lot of stuff. Basically, I'm super tanky and I do more damage, but every time I attack him, it goes down by 1, and when it hits 0, it wears off.
Okay. Yep.
So, let's see. It doesn't say it's an action, so if it's okay with you, I'm going to say that just happens. It just says once per long rest.
That's
Mm.
fine.
He's
Yep.
prone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's prone right now, but remember he is going through and cutting up all of the vines. That was his action. So the vines are not restraining him anymore, and he was about to get up as this happened. So we're gonna say he's still prone for now.
Okay.
So
Does anyone want
Sealing
to tag
have
team with me?
advantage? I'll tag team with you. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Give it a second. I just got a phone call. I just canceled it. There we go. All right. So during this little speech, Sealing holds his greatsword up high in the air, disregarding basic like combat stances or anything. He's just gonna bring all the weight down on top of this guy. And how does Dean capitalize off of that?
So Dean rushes up as you're bringing the full weight down on this guy. He takes the pike end of his halberd and he goes to stab the armored dude in like the chink in the armor where the neck would be.
Ooh. Okay, so
Cool.
I spent
Awesome.
I spent the 3 hopes, so now we both roll an attack.
Okay.
Dagger heart.
Let me check my modifier real quick. My modifier is a +2. Okay.
As you guys are
Advantage.
attacking him, by the way, because his armor is crystal clear, but it's glass, you see that there's a golden chain shirt that he's wearing underneath with chain pants and everything. That's what you're seeing right now. Yep.
And do we have advantage?
I was looking at, it's interesting. I can't actually.
There's no
get
prone
levels for
condition.
prone. There's nothing. There's no prone.
The
doesn't
only
matter.
3 conditions
Really?
in the game.
Yeah,
The
there's
only
no
3
prone.
conditions in the game right now are vulnerable, hidden, and restrained. That is it.
Correct. Yeah, there's no prone.
That's
So he's basically
kind of
even
dumb.
yeah, even though he's prone, he does have a crystal shield, by the way, in his other hand, and he's like getting ready to brace the attack. But yeah.
Okay, so do we add advantage or no?
So in this case, you don't get advantage in this case unless there's like an ability or something you have, or unless the tag team like ability specifically says you get advantage. You wouldn't get
No,
advantage though.
the
Yeah.
tag team is just 2 attacks at once with
Right.
with 1 action. So
Yeah, no, you don't have advantage, unfortunately. Yep.
okay, well I got a 15 with fear.
Okay.
Okay.
We need Dean to roll, and then we pick which one we're gonna roll.
Exactly. And I'll be transparent with you too. I'm going to tell you. And I will tell you real quick where this guy stands and which one you're going to need. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why this is so.
I got a 10 with hope, but
10 with hope. Yep.
But I have an ability called Call of the Slayer, which I can add a D6 to an attack roll or damage roll.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and do that.
And you could also use a rally die because we have that too, right?
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
Kane.
That's
Rally,
right. That's
rally is
right.
a D6, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, you are going to have to get over a 14 to hit him. So his difficulty is 14.
Okay.
So.
Yep. So then I will use the rally dice for the 2 hit then.
Okay.
It's a D6, correct?
Exclamation point 1d6 or R space 1d6. My bad.
Okay.
I would actually prefer to use Dean's because he rolled with hope.
So exclamation point R space 1d6.
Yes, that's just barely enough.
That's 5. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So we
Alright,
don't
cool.
have to use
And
mine,
then-
which was with fear. Let's use Dean's instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're rolling with hope.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
then
Okay.
And then I will now use my Call of the Slayer dice to add another D6 to the damage I roll.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
So
how much damage?
Sick.
So base my greatsword does 1d10 plus 3, but while I'm in unstoppable, I add a d6 to all damage I do.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
for me, that is 14 points total.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, only 13 for me. Oh, you know what? I'm adding the rally die to my damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Trying to make this major damage. So 19 damage for me.
Awesome.
Plus,
All
how
right.
much damage did you do,
So
Dean?
So
14.
So that's 33?
Yeah, so he's gonna take. So this is what's gonna end up happening. So he has special armor on. This is a custom guy, but he's built off of Spellblade. So he's gonna take the 3 HP. What he's doing is he's enacting essentially from his crystalline armor. He's going to take 2 of those armor slots away to make it so that he doesn't have to take over the 4 points of thing. But he's going to take 3 HP for this. So this is what ends up happening as you guys go through and slam into this guy. So Dean, on your side, the halberd just pierces the top part of the armor where it literally like caves in and shatters a piece of his armor. So not only do you like damage him, but little shards have cut into him now as well, and you can actually see him bleeding as this happens. And then you actually come back Ceiling with that strike that almost like knocks the wind out of the guy and literally also just shatters. There's cracks now in the armor going down. This is a pretty significant hit that you guys have taken from him, so he's going to take 3 HP.
Woo!
You get to keep going too. You get to keep going. You've rolled with hope.
Okay, I want to go.
Yeah,
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
I'm so stressed. So not like me, Melody, not Oscar. Oscar has 1 stress, but he's gonna mark another one because why not? I'm gonna use I'm gonna mark a stress to add +2 to the action roll result, and I'm gonna do Unleash Chaos, which is you can make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. I'm gonna get to where I can see him.
Yep, sure.
And he's far range.
Yep. Yeah, so you can actually get. There's no opportunity attack or anything, so you can get right here if you want to.
Yeah, that's fine. That's beautiful. I'm like so stressed out. My hand runes are glowing. Oh, one side's blue, one side's red, and my eyes are also doing that glowing. And I'm doing the Unleash Chaos. I don't even know what's going on. I'm breathing really, really hard. I'm like sweating. I'm crying. I see these dead people, and I'm gonna spend 2 of my tokens. I'm gonna spend 2 of my tokens because I can spend a number of tokens to channel raw energy from within myself and unleash it against them on a success. Roll a number. of D10 equal to the tokens you spent, which is 3, which is 2, and do that much damage to the target.
Nice.
Mark a stress to replenish this card with tokens up to your spellcast trait. Clear all tokens at the end of the session. Just letting you know that what's happening. So
Cool,
I'm adding
awesome.
+4 to this because I marked a stress to add an additional +2 to
Awesome.
this roll.
Ooh.
And with my rally die, you can clear stress.
Oh.
Cool.
Huh.
Sick.
Nice.
Equal to the
Yeah,
dice
one
roll.
thing you will have to keep track of when you get to full stress, you have to let me know, because you are vulnerable. Just as a heads
I'm
up.
only at.
Yep.
I'm only at
That's just for
1
everybody.
right
That's
now.
not really for you, Oscar. That's for everybody. Once you get to full stress, you have to let me know.
That is a 15 with hope.
Awesome. Okay, 15 hits.
Woo! Love the hope.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that goddamn hope.
And then that is 9 points of magical damage to this guy.
Awesome. Yeah, that's
Nice.
a major. So that's a major
Wait.
wound. Go ahead.
I'm gonna also mark another stress to re-roll the one I just rolled.
Absolutely. Go for
That's
it.
giving me
Yep.
2 stress.
Yep.
Ooh.
Right.
He's like he's
Yeah.
pouring his heart and soul into this spell.
Yeah.
So the series of events that went down for this guy, he was super
Jesus, I
cocky
rolled
walking
another
down to
one.
this basement.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
fuck, that's sad.
And they
It's
got
fine.
piled
I'll
up.
just, you know.
So this is what ends
Yeah.
up happening. So you did 9 points of damage.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
he takes his shield at the last minute, and the entire blast hits the shield and literally shatters it into a million pieces. This is now knocking all of his thresh runes down. So now, like he used to be minor 1, major 8, severe 14, but without his shield, he's minor 1, major 7, severe 13. He just took
Ooh.
2 stress from this,
Mm.
and he starts to scream at the top of his lungs. He now like points to you, and he says, "You are dead," and as that's happening, you guys get to move now. He's taking his sword to try to get to you guys, but you're moving first, quicker. So keep going.
Cool.
Yeah, you destroy the
My
shield.
turn.
There's other things that happen that you're not aware of that are really bad for this guy now, but go ahead. But the shield is gone.
Cool.
I
Destroy it completely.
can go next.
Oh, Mark.
Do it.
Move me to the middle of the
Yeah.
in between
Sure.
both the snake and the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. In the middle.
Right
Yep.
around here. Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
use my spirit weapon to launch my fist at the guy.
Cool.
I just roll the regular 1d10, right?
No,
Yes.
it's an action roll. Oh
It's an
wait,
it's
I
an
actually don't know how you're.
It's an action roll, but the weapon I believe is still a D10. You still have to roll to hit, like you still have to roll your hope and everything. But I believe it's a D10
Right.
damage. Yeah.
Let me do that.
So it's /DH and then whatever your modifier is.
Yep.
DH, and if you hit enter, there will be an option for mod, and then yeah. Oh, I just accidentally rolled.
Aw. Oh.
Mod.
Yeah. And then plus whatever modifier.
13 with fear.
Ooh, I'm not sure if
Okay.
it hit.
It doesn't. It so
to-
you go through and your hammer slides around as it like leaves your hand to go hit this guy, and it hits him very solidly, but it hits him in a place where his armor is super thick, and he literally like was bracing, ready for that hammer to go, counter hitting it so that it doesn't actually destroy it. But the weapon does come back to your hand.
If he wants
Hold on.
to get at rally die to make it hit.
Yeah. At
I'll
most,
just-
you'd have to roll a 1.
It's up to you.
Nah, I won't use it yet.
Okay.
Alright.
I have a question. Can you add rally die to damage?
Yes.
Yeah, they can be added
Yes.
to damage
We've
or to
done
hit. It's
that.
pretty awesome.
Dang
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
pretty
it's
awesome.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So-
It's fine. We're fine. It's fine.
Now, as that
Basically
happens,
everything.
Yep. Now, as that happens, because he was already moving his blade anyway, he lashes out. He's actually going to use a leader ability too, but he lashes out to the two of you standing in front of you. And what he's going to do is he, with his sword, flashes in an instant. It's like this instant blue flash that just bubbles up and then just completely starts to shred in like this crazy magical blast. And he's going to do suppressing blast. Both of you make an agility reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, this is your true reaction. Remember, it doesn't matter if you roll fear or hope. Doesn't count anything. Um, and if you you have to pass a 13. If you fail, um, this
My mod is
blast,
0, so let's see.
yeah, the blast rushes towards
11.
you. It knocks all the
You,
winds out of your lungs and literally can break bones. This one's pretty bad.
you said you said agility.
It's agility reaction roll. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a +1 to
Yep.
16 with hope. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
you pass. So even though the blast hits you, it hits you on your side, and most of the force just rushes past you, and actually like it's so powerful that pieces of the table start splintering off. What did you end up getting, Ceiling?
I only got an 11 with
Okay.
fear, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I
All
got an
right,
11.
all right, Ceiling. This is what happens. So this blast literally knocks the wind out of you, and might really, really suck. Let's see. Uh, it probably will. This is meant to break bones. It's 2d12.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah, it's
2d12.
it's literally meant to break
Wow.
ribs and bones and everything. It's awful.
Wow.
15.
That's
So yeah, 15.
Jeez.
So you can obviously use your armor and stuff, but this thing just shreds at you. As that's happening, his blade is already picked up, and he is going to try to hammer you with this thing, Dean. But go ahead and resolve your damage first.
I'm taking 15 damage. My armor score is currently 7.
Yep.
I get resistance to. Oh, is this physical? I doubt it's physical.
This is magical.
It's
This is magical. It's magical. And by the way, his blade is also magical, unfortunately. He has an empowered longsword.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but I can still use armor on this, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And Dean, let's
Okay.
see if he hits you. Oh, he
Nope.
doesn't hit you.
Absolutely does not.
Yeah,
He swings, I duck.
yeah, he completely whiffs, and he's going to try again to try to finish you off, thinking that this blast, because normally this blast is enough to just take people out, and he's going to swing at you again, Ceiling.
Okay. I'll take it.
Wow, and doesn't actually. Oh, seven.
My evasion's only 5.
3. Yeah, I assume 5 did not hit, right, Dean? Is that correct? It was
5
plus.
does
I
not
have a
hit.
+3. Okay, perfect. All right. So yeah. So
My evasion
go
my
ahead.
evasion is 11, just for future
Awesome.
reference.
Good
Awesome.
lord.
So that's perfect. So yeah, he gets a 10 for you. All right. So the 10, he's +3. So this is what ends up happening. This longsword that's basically glowing blue now goes to like cut into you, and normally it cuts through armor. Let's see if it does today. This is magical physical damage. It's only 2d8 plus 2 though.
Jesus.
Oh wow! So you only got 4 points of damage. I
Oh.
rolled real bad. All right, so 4 points of
Okay.
damage. And he has rallied the snake on his turn. I'm spending a fear die for this. On his turn, the snake starts to do that same crazy recoiling pattern. It's going to try to hit all of you, but let's see if it can.
Real quick for the sword strike, I'm gonna spend an armor to not take anything because you said you only rolled 4, and my armor
Yep.
score is 7. So with
Awesome.
one slot, I won't take any damage, right?
Awesome, that is correct. Yes.
So for my subclass, I have a subclass. I'm the Vengeance Guardian, so I deal 1d6 whenever damage, just straight damage, whenever I use armor. So let me roll a d6 and see how much damage he takes.
Yep.
Yeah. He takes 3 damage.
Awesome. Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going to spend his last armor slot to make that to go through that. So this is what ends up happening. As you do that, as you hit him, you notice that there is now a huge gash and crack in the breastplate that he's wearing, that splinters out into the entire breastplate and the entire armor set. There are now millions of these spider cracks all around. You think any kind of like really bad forceful blow is going to just start shredding this thing.
Hell yeah.
So now, as that's happening, the serpent starts to do this weird spinning thing again. And what's going to end up happening is that it's going to try to first attack Yertle, and with its spinning coils, it's going to attack Yertle and Oscar with this. Let's see if it can. I'm going to roll for both of you. And then it's going to do the glass spitter shredding thing after this. But hold on one second. So this one's for you, Oscar. This one's, yeah, it looks like it will. So that is a 16. Yep. And then the next one, this is yours, Yertle. That's a 15. That will probably hit too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, so I'll just roll your damage together. So hold on one second. It's just this one is just D8 plus 3, and this is physical, non-magical damage. So you both get 10 points of damage for this, and then it's also going to now completely start like spitting all of its shards. This is actually going to hit every single person in the room, if just in this area though, just here, which means that Corfer, you're safe, and so is Lily. But let's see if they hit though. I'm gonna let you guys. So technically, the math works out the same. Would you guys rather me roll on these kind of things individual to each other, or do you want me to roll one? Though the only risk versus reward thing is if I miss and I roll one, I miss all of you. It's technically variance better probably for me if I was trying to kill you to roll individually, but it's up to you guys. I will let you decide.
That's a tough call, honestly.
Yeah, it is risk versus reward. It's variance. Yeah. Yep. What do you guys want to do?
I say just roll one, but I'll leave that.
Okay.
But let's see what the others have to say.
Yep.
Fuck it. Well, yeah, roll one.
Roll one.
I just roll one.
All right. So
If
this
it's
is
easier.
going to try to go through everything. Yeah. So we'll do that. Let's see if it hits. Oh,
No.
so
Nope, two.
so it's 2 plus 2 plus 1, 3. So anyone did it hit anybody?
No.
All right, so luckily
Nope.
these shards
Yeah,
literally
no.
just go everywhere except for on you guys, embedding themselves into other things or whatever. But no one takes damage for this otherwise. And then
Good
I will
call,
let you guys
Yertle.
go.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this: on the 10 damage, I think that's major for the two of you. Where are you guys at right now for HP?
I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm at.
I'm full. Or I have nothing.
Okay, so you
No
did
HP.
armor.
Hang on.
You took 10 damage from the snakes spinning on you.
10
Right.
damage.
10 damage is normally
Damage.
probably
Severe.
That will
major.
hit me.
2 HP probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
two,
took
okay.
my two.
You can,
As
you
I
can
was
I
use
thought you
already-
meant how much HP I have. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll take 2.
So how much
I
HP
took
do you have
the
left
two.
though?
I have
Yertle?
4.
How much do I have left?
Yes.
4.
4, and is that the same with you, Oscar?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
it is.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
Cool.
so
Okay,
it's your guys' turn.
so-
You get to go next.
Yeah, can I go then?
No.
If I see that
Yeah.
there's been like this
Yeah.
power
absolutely.
explosions just going all around my friends that I thought that they had everything under control,
Yep.
I'm gonna run over to them,
Yep.
and I guess if I am sort of next to the where I can see the snake and the knight,
Yep.
I guess that puts me in close range of both of them. Is that it?
Yes, that is right. Yep.
Okay, so
Well,
then
it
I'll say
it puts you in close range with
of
him.
the
It's hard to get in very close range with both of them, but you can get
Yeah.
kind of into close range with both of them. Yes.
Yeah, I can. I want to try to get
Okay,
into close
that's
range with
fine.
both of them.
That's fine. You can do that. Yeah.
If I have to go next to the knight, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. You can get there from here. Yep.
Yeah. So I want to actually use my arcane barrage. So I'll
Sure.
say I have an explosion of myself for you, and I can spend my hope to roll d6 of damage.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll roll one against the knight and another three against the serpent.
Okay.
Jesus.
So
Don't
if
forget your
I
rally die.
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, so if I roll one
This is a
d6,
good ability because again, this is an ability that I can't go. It doesn't matter. I can't go after this, so it's great.
Yeah.
so if I do 4 damage, I'm gonna use my rally die on the knight as well.
Okay.
So then it will be uh well 5 damage to the knight.
Yep.
And I'm gonna roll
Fi-
3 to
5 damage. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Awesome. He takes a wound.
and I'm gonna roll 3d6 against the serpent.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Let me just check something. Yep, that's direct damage. Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome.
Okay, and 3d6 against the serpent. I get 7. 7
Okay.
damage against the serpent.
7 damage is good. Yeah, 7. Let me just make sure that's not 2 wounds. Hold on. The serpent doesn't even have armor. The serpent can't use anything for armor or anything. So, yeah, 7 is 2 wounds. Awesome. Yeah, that works.
Nice.
7 is a major. Yeah.
And then after he's done, I'm gonna try and put the snake to sleep again.
Cool. Go for it. Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I'll try and tangle it.
Can I mark a stress to fly and just hover in place?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Marcus stress and fluff. Absolutely fly. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to try to get the snake to sleep again, by all means.
He is asleep again. I rolled with hope and got a 21.
A
Nice.
21?
Nice.
That's gonna
Yeah.
work. Yeah. That's smart too because the snake is our AOE damager. So yep, that's very smart. Yep. All right. Awesome. Okay. You guys still good to go?
Okay, I want to
Hey.
go now.
Yep.
I would like to go again.
Yeah.
Can I orient myself to hit the snake and the knight?
Do not hit the snake. The snake.
Don't
is
hit
a-
the snake. Never mind. I'll just hit the knight. Just
Yep.
kidding. I'll mark another stress to refill these tokens. I'm at 3
Cool.
stress.
Jesus.
Stressing
And
himself
then-
out.
Yeah. I want this thing to die.
You can always put yourself at vulnerable too. You just have to make sure you don't never get hit or whatever. Vulnerable
I
is pretty
don't
bad.
want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll spend both of them because, God, I hope that this works. And I'm not going to. Okay. And my hands get brighter and brighter. I'm literally crying, and like the side with the fire in my eyes just like sizzles up my tear.
Oh,
You know, and then the other one like puts my tear in ice, and then I have no control over this. Obviously, you can see like I have no control, and I'm scared and don't know what's happening. Oh God, that's not going to do it. I will do my rally die on that.
Okay. Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep.
That will work. God, why are we rolling so many ones?
no.
Did you roll with
Okay.
hope or fear?
I rolled with fear. It's a 9 with
Okay.
fear.
Yep.
And yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, so it rushes
And you
right
know
past
what?
him.
It's fine.
Yeah, this arcane energy rushes literally right past him. It's slamming into the area behind him. And as he does that, he literally screams as he's looking at his armor literally like cracked now. Enough is enough! And he goes through and does a wild suppressive blast, not only with his sword, but this is actually emanating from his armor as well. Uh, everyone but Corfer. Everyone but Corfer is going to take this one, even you back there. So it's up to you guys. Again, I can roll one, or just want me to roll one.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
It worked
We
last
should.
time. Screw.
Let's
Yeah,
see what
it
let's
worked
see what
last time.
happens.
Screw it.
That's the bad
Oh
one.
my
All
god.
right. So then that's plus three. So
Oh,
22.
what is it?
So 22, and this is what he does.
Damn.
So everyone gets hit by this. It's hold on one second. This is the 2d12 one.
Ooh.
2d12 plus
Oof.
3. So everyone's going to take. Oh, wow, I rolled really bad. So everyone's going to take 9 points of damage. It does. So this is what ends up happening. This magical energy literally starts to reverberate through you, and it's meant to break your bones internally, including like your armor and everything else. And I only have one token to spend now. I'm also going to slash Dean in the face with my sword. I'm going to try my best. Let's see if it happens. Um,
How much was the damage for the blast again? 9?
oh, wow, 3. Um,
9
yeah, 9 points of damage.
misses.
And I miss you. I miss you, Dean. And now it's your guys' turn
Yeah.
again. Actually, sorry,
Uh,
I do have an activation for this. Oh no, the snake's asleep. You guys are good. It's your turn.
Real quick, I spent 2 armor to reduce the 9 damage from the blast to
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
And so I roll 2d6 and I deal that much damage to the knight.
Awesome. Let's see how much that is. That's really good. Yeah. For everyone else, so I believe Oscar does. That means you're at 2 HP, and Yertle you're at 2 HP, and Lily you're at how much?
I marked
Oh, did you do your
the
armor?
slots to get it to do just one.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna
Perfect.
remove.
Yeah.
2 armor.
Awesome.
I'll
Just gonna
get.
mark one.
I do
I guess
6
I'll
damage
match
to him.
to 2 armors as well to
Okay.
reduce it to 1 HP, so I'm at 5.
Awesome.
I also marked 1 armor to only reduce the damage down to 1 for me.
Very good.
So
Awesome.
Craig,
I'm gonna take.
Oh, go
I know
ahead.
this is probably not gonna be great, but I'm gonna take my health potion.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, you can totally drink your health potion. And what was that? What was that?
Kane.
the
Okay.
glass thin over my head. The 2 damage, does it break, or will it break? Still break with 1?
No. Unfortunately, the glass card is toast.
No.
Yeah, the glass card is toast.
Damn.
I
Oh
forgot
wait,
we had that.
actually,
Yeah, I did too.
wait. I'm sorry.
Armor.
No,
Armor.
it's not just that. It's a 50-50 anyway. What am I saying? It's a d6. I'll roll it. It's 50-50 on it. It's not automatic. You can still take damage, and it.
It's not rolling. Okay, there we go.
All right. So your glass card is okay for now.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Hey,
Yep. The
hey,
glass
see,
card is okay for
you
now.
want?
Yep.
I like
But wait.
Hey, Steven.
I'm sorry though. I may have fucked this up. So it's per wound though. And how many wounds did you take?
So I will do 1 wound.
Okay, then
Yeah,
that's fine. Otherwise, I roll twice. 4 through 6, you're fine. 1 through 3, you break.
Mm.
But yeah, okay. All right.
Chris, did
Hey.
you mark the? Sorry, Dean. One last thing. Did you mark the 6 damage I did to him?
Yes. So the 6 damage. The 6 damage is putting it. So you guys know, he now has a single wound left. The snake has 4, but he has a single one.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey, Steven, you wanna tag team?
Yes. Let's do it.
Alright.
Yeah, finish him.
So I'm going to rush past him, hooking the beard of the axe head on my halberd around his neck and drag him to the ground.
Cool. Yep.
And Sealing, he jumps into the air as Dean does this, and he puts his left hand on the blade of his greatsword, and he's driving it down into his chest where the armor's cracked.
Awesome. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we
I'm
both roll
almost
an attack.
positive this is a yeah. As long as you guys hit him, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to finish
I
him
would
off.
be
But let's see.
genuinely shocked if he doesn't
Yeah.
die here.
Just-
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
13
Rolling
with
really
hope. I'm
sucky.
not sure if that hits.
That doesn't hit. 13 with hope does not
Oh
hit.
no!
You have to get 14
All
or
right.
above.
Here we. Okay. Okay. Mod +2.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh no.
Well, they're both with
Wait,
hope.
I have.
Yeah, they're both with hope, so you
Yeah.
get to go again.
Oh,
What you don't
Uh,
want is another concussive
Hold on.
blast out of this guy, because
Yeah.
he's getting to his stress point, but he's still got a stress to spend. So
oh,
Uridel,
I
you
Could
just
said
I
you had.
use? Could I use a prayer dice to increase the roll on that? The
if
14
if
or the
that's how
13?
it works, let's see. Is Paradise work that
That's
way?
what it says. Prayer dice at any. Let me see. At beginning, I wrote two. I can spend one or more of these prayer dice at any time to add myself or an ally within 4 range.
Awesome.
I can
Oh,
use the
hell
spend
yeah.
dice to
That is
reduce any
clutch.
incoming damage, add any roll, and exchange that many hope. Yeah,
That
I
is
can do that.
definitely clutch.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, you
hell
can
no.
do that. Yes.
Okay, I'm spending
Uridel,
this
I
one.
thank you.
Yes, you're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Let me
So
see
how
what
much?
I roll.
It's a
It
D4.
is
So we just need a 2, please.
Yeah, you just need a 2. Yep.
okay. Let me see.
How does Yurtle's god help us strike this guy down?
Uridel. Uridel. Hey!
Ooh!
Yay!
There it goes.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So it hits.
Barely.
Okay.
So how do you guys want to do this? I looked. Even if you do 1 damage on him, he's done. So how would you like to do this?
Okay.
Yeah. So
So-
as Dean pulls him to the ground by yanking him, the beard of the axe will pierce his throat just enough to like put a hole in his esophagus and then sealing.
Oh, as it,
Tracheotomy.
yeah, he's like
Yeah.
he was probably mid scream, so he's like like begins coughing and sputtering, and then Sealing comes down on him after jumping, and like both feet land at his sides, and he like puts his weight behind the sword. His hand bleeds a little from clutching the blade so tightly, and he drives it into his chest, right where the armor's beginning to crack, and like with like a grunt through his open throat, he dies.
Cool. Very cool. As that happens, I'm going to say for now that the snake is still sleeping. I
Ooh.
do have a fear
All
to
right.
activate it, but I'm saving it because of some other stuff. So
I'd like to move away first.
Do we need
We
to
Hey.
should probably,
Please
More-
get back here.
yeah, separate.
Do
Yeah.
we know what the snake is?
Yes, we do.
So, yeah,
It's a
so it's a
glass
glass
snake.
snake. It is a very very rare glass snake. You also know that the scales are pretty valuable.
How big is the snake?
The snake is
Human
roughly the
size.
size that you're seeing. It's like a good 8 feet, and it's very girthy. So it's the size of like an 8 foot. If you could imagine an 8 foot boa constrictor, it's pretty big, and it's as girthy as it looks here. But it's completely see through.
Would it
Mhm.
fit in a chest?
It would fit in a large chest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or a crate.
Yeah, it would fit
Oh,
in like a
that's a great
large
idea.
chest. Yeah.
What happened with the chest that the knight had with him when he came in?
Sorry, he just had a small. So when you start, he didn't have a chest on him. So when you start looking at what the
That's
knight
fine,
has,
right?
remember he has a very small blue box, crystalline box.
So it's
And he held it in his hand as he whistled for the snake. Then he has a potion that's a clear, fancy glass with red liquid in it. And then the other thing that you didn't get to see because it's like dangled in the back is there is a small, very tiny skull on another thing. That's what he's carrying so far. His armor is completely
Well,
ruined, unfortunately. But he does. But you do get the empowered longsword that he's
or
holding. That's
Hell
something
do
you can take off
you
of him. Yeah.
Hooray!
do you think I can take a look at the small box that he used to whistle? And
Yep.
I'm guessing, or I'm
Yep.
trying to rationalize that maybe he was controlling the snake
Right.
using this as a focus. So I want to see if I can kind of discern the magical nature of that box.
Yep. And what were you saying, Oscar?
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
So on this Unleash Chaos, it says on a success, roll a number d10 equal to the tokens you spent. Have I still spent them, or because I failed, or do you think I would
No.
have to
No, you. I
do
don't
another
believe you
stress
spend.
to replay
Yeah,
them?
I don't believe you spend tokens unless the spell goes through. I believe that's the intention.
Okay.
Also, if you have any rally dies left, you can clear stress equal to a rally die result.
Yeah.
I just spent my rally die trying to.
At least I
So-
think that's the case. Let me read the ability. What's it called again?
It's called Unleash Chaos. It's a spell for sorcerers.
Yeah, maybe it's possible I'm wrong. Let me just double check. Unleash Chaos. It says. So at the beginning of the session, place a number of tokens equal to the spellcast trait of this card. You can make a spellcast roll against a target within far range and spend any number of tokens to channel raw energy from within yourself and unleash it. On a success, roll a number of d10 equal to the tokens you spent. So on a success, you do have to roll a d10 equal to the tokens you spent and do that much magic damage on the target. Mark a stress to replenish this card with tokens up to the special. It seems like so you do make a spellcast roll against the target within far range and spend any number of tokens to channel raw energy from you. So you do spend the tokens before that. Are you trying to get rid of stress with this or something?
No, I was just trying to see if I could still have it, but if I don't, then that's fine.
It is very strange. Yeah, it's worded. It's
Since
worded a
I
little crazy. I agree with you. I'm gonna say that you don't spend the tokens if the damage doesn't go off to make
Okay.
it a little better for
Alright.
you. Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted
For
to
now. Yeah.
clear that.
Clarification. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Clarification.
Yeah. Cool.
Clarification.
So
Only
could I?
Clarification.
Yeah, you definitely can. So go, just do me a huge favor, and since we don't have identify rules or anything as it stands right now,
Mhm.
let's go ahead and make the first. Let's try to make an instinct roll on this.
Who, me?
Lily.
This is for
I do
Lily.
have.
I was like, what?
Do you
So
have an
I do
ability?
have, for example, my School of Knowledge. I have advantage on all knowledge rolls to recall information, and if this roll is about the magical nature of a creature or enchantment, I gain hope even if I roll with fear.
Well, that's
So
fine.
did that
Let's use knowledge then, because knowledge makes more sense. So go ahead and use knowledge with that ability. That's perfect. Go for it.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
Yep.
I do get 16 with fear,
Right, but you're gonna make it
so
tough.
I do regain a hope.
Yep.
And I also roll another 10, so that means that I also get to clear a stress or gain a hope.
Cool.
So I think I'm gonna gain a hope.
Okay, perfect. So as you start to fiddle with this bluish crystalline box, you realize that it's got a bunch of arcane runes on it that when you hold them up to the light and you get it in a very specific way, it forms the image of a snake. And then as you see that, you realize that it is very, very possible that he was using this to control the snake itself. It's somehow like charming the snake. Now, unfortunately, there's no command word or anything that you can read through via the runes, but you do think to yourself that it's possible that the snake itself is somehow tied to these runes. Maybe some of these runes are on the snake's body, and if that's the case, maybe you can start like figuring out how this works by matching those up. So you're gonna have to go over to the sleeping snake and see if that's the case.
Hey,
Okay,
kids,
I'll
kids,
let
come over here,
the party
please.
know before
Yep.
what I found. And I said like, hey guys, I think I think this box is the key to controlling the snake somehow. Maybe it's linked in its magical nature. I will need to take a closer look, but I don't know if we want to risk waking up the snake.
I
We
mean,
don't want to risk it.
I'll
I don't.
it'll stay asleep.
Corfer, can you talk to animals
Unless
in your? You don't have that card, right? I don't think you get it till later.
No, I did just the plant.
Okay, cool. That's right. Cool.
I could
Lily, if
turn
you want.
into another animal, and if you would allow speak that way,
No,
like if I
that
turned
wouldn't
into
work.
a snake.
It probably
Mhm.
wouldn't work. Yeah. No.
Lily, if you want to try to unlock the mysteries of this box, I'll go with you and make sure that that if the snake does wake up, that I can at least be a barrier in between you and it.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I will appreciate it. Yeah, what are you saying?
no. I'm just gonna say that Sealing is gonna pull out a little red crystal bottle and drink from it. I'm gonna take my health potion because I am down to 2 health.
Cool. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I took my health potion. I rolled a 1. I'm rolling so bad today.
Oh no!
I'm rolling
Ooh.
so many ones. So I have
Yeah.
four HP left, but I'm rolling so many ones. It's ridiculous. I hate it so
I
much.
will. I will say this. This is a starter encounter, and I rolled pretty bad, and it was still decently brutal. I'm surprised, and I rolled really bad because
Yeah,
there's a couple times
I
where the whole
low
place
key,
should have got hit. So
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
low key looked up glass snakes, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die!
yeah,
Oh my god, we are going to die!"
it's
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah, sleep is overpowered.
yeah. Sleep is
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
it is.
Yeah. Let's get out of here, please, and thank you. I would love to get out of here. I'd be greatly appreciated. I'm dying. Almost.
But what about the snake? What are we doing with the snake?
All their
Lock it down here. It has those bodies to eat.
Yeah, we could always just set the trapdoor back closed and put some crates and stuff on top of it, and can't get out.
Mhm.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what about those chests that are behind those locked doors?
I doubt
Can
Vitalis is
I?
going to be in here.
I don't know. Do you want me to try the chest and just see if it opens? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, those locks are magical.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're not armed.
Oh, we don't want to risk it.
if we can control the snake with that box, I think that's a very valuable thing to do.
That is a very valuable resource, yeah.
I mean,
That's a good
Isn't
point.
you should. I think why don't we give him like an hour, and the rest of us take a short rest and clear the stress for the HP and stuff, and take that as an opportunity to do that.
All right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over with Lily if the snake wakes up, like jump in front of her to be like a barrier in between them.
So I'm gonna go close this this door, and and then come back down, so we're kind of a little bit better. Take a long rest.
And who is taking the sword? This magical
It is
empower.
so it's an empowered longsword. It does the nice thing about empowered weapons, even though they're generic for now, is that it does magical damage, which will be important later. There are certain creatures that can only take damage through magical damage, obviously, so that's important. But that is later. But for now, it's just an empowered longsword. You can look it up.
Yeah, I'm guessing that is bigger than my whole body.
It's not Dean's style.
Yeah. I have a staff. I don't need a sword.
Yeah. I don't use swords.
I would prefer this to be heavier, but if I'm the only person that uses swords, I'll take it.
It's 2d8 plus 2 magical physical damage.
Do you use strength on it?
God.
Surprising.
Or finesse?
Long swords are agility.
Yeah, they're agility.
Agility.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to get close to anything.
Well, the other thing is that you can always have it. You guys can always keep it in case you run into something that can't be
And then
obviously
switch.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be your secondary weapon.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll add an empowered longsword to my inventory then.
Yeah.
I'm going
Can I?
to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to describe how I was going to clear stress for the short rest we're taking,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna like go into that back corner where the sewers are, far away from literally
Yep.
everyone,
Yep.
and I'm gonna wipe away like the ice that was forming from the tears, and then like try to like wipe away all this stuff and like for flavor. I don't know if I have prestidigitation, but I can like use either magic or use stuff something to like clean myself up, and I'm gonna start humming like a little tune that my mother sung to me when I was a kid when I would have nightmares.
Oh,
Um, the nightmares that I've had since I was a little kid. And then I'm just gonna sit down and just unwind and try to just take a stress off.
Cool.
So
By the way, everyone does have to do this as well. So if you guys are taking stress out, you have to come up with a good way. I do have the ability
Oh,
to say it
yeah.
doesn't work, so it has to be good.
So are we taking a short rest?
That's what I believe everyone's doing right now. Yeah, they're going to spend the
Okay.
hour. Yep.
So
And I
short
will
rest can be used to.
I'm gonna repost the rules. Oh no, they're
So
right there. If
short
you
rest-
just scroll up, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
End wounds,
short-
clear stress, repair armor, and prepare.
and you
You just
choose
have
two
to-
options.
And you do have to tell us exactly what you're doing, and it has to be viable. Like it has to be creative enough that I don't call BS on it. Essentially.
Dean is going to rummage around in his pack. He's going to pull out some like bandages, and he's going to start like wrapping his side where he got hit by that blast.
Cool.
Okay. So again, of those options for the short rest, you can pick two, not just one. You pick two,
Yeah.
and if two people role play that they're preparing together, then they gain 2 hope instead of 1.
That's right.
nice.
What this really is set up for, so you guys understand, the reason why you have to roleplay these things, what this really is set up for, this is giving you a mechanic for downtime. And it's literally giving you conversations and all that stuff with downtime. That's what the short rest was always supposed to be in D&D too, but people hand wave it. So this is your downtime moment now to roleplay, essentially.
Since we can do two, right? We can do two.
Yep.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna like go up to Ceiling, and I'm gonna say, Ceiling, do you have any bandages that I can use? I'm a little hurt right now.
Follow me. And Ceiling steps over to the workbench looking thing, and I see
That
a
was
hammer.
thrown.
Ah, dang it! So he
Yeah,
picks up
yeah. Yep.
he picks up the metal hammer off the floor. Then, and he walks over to this collapsed column looking thing, and he takes off his he puts down his weapons, he takes off his robes, and he takes off his chainmail, and he drapes the chainmail over the collapsed column, and he begins like leaning forward and like looking really closely and like picking out the individual rings of chainmail that got damaged, and he sort of like lightly taps it over and over, trying to repair his armor. And in between that, he goes in his pack and he looks around a little bit. Let me see what I got.
And you notice that there are tears, like there are tear marks on Oscar's face, and I don't think you've ever seen him cry.
Oh, so he looks up at Oscar and he says, "No, sorry, all I brought was the potion. Are you okay?" And his like the volume of his voice drops, like trying to be respectful, and he like leads in towards Oscar and he's like, "Are you okay? Come here, come here, come here." And he like puts his arm around Oscar and like leads him to the corner at where he's like Hey, this is the craziest thing you've ever done, and you have surprised me more times in the past 6 hours than you have in the entire 10 years we've known each other.
Right, right. It's just, I have no idea what just happened. I saw it, like, you, you know, when you're um sleeping and you feel like you're stuck and you can't open your eyes, sleep paralysis, you know. But it was weird in a way where I could see myself doing this from outside of my body and something else was controlling me.
Mm.
If that makes sense, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm gonna
And
be honest. It sounds like you don't know your own strength. That wasn't anything. It wasn't your father. And when Ceiling says that, he like pokes him in the chest, like very, very bluntly. It wasn't your father. It wasn't anybody. It was you. You did that. And you know how I know you did that? Because you didn't hurt anybody that didn't deserve to be hurt. We would be dead right now if it wasn't for you.
I would be dead if it wasn't for you, Ceiling. You deserve this more than anybody I know, and that's saying something.
I
You
appreciate the
are
vote of confidence.
you are braver than you think. And I'm gonna be real honest, what I think we're all in over our heads. And if that snake wakes up, there's a high probability that I am going to die.
Not if I have anything to say about it. And he like taps his chest really proudly, and you can hear like a thump. And he says, "You've survived worse than this, and I know you're going to survive better."
And as you say that, I kind of look around and see if anybody else is watching, and I give you a hug,
Oh,
and I
and
and I start bawling.
oh, Ceiling. He very purposefully pulls his mask down so you could see his face, and repost an image just so that everyone gets it. And you can see he has a big smile on his face as he's patting Oscar on the back and smiling.
My friend,
So, Chris, can I clear 1d4 armor,
Yes,
please?
yes, yes.
Thank you.
I don't know if that heals me, but if that talk with my friend heals me. But
No, but you obviously
Emotionally
got
healed.
you did get the 2 hope for that. This is exactly what it's for, by the way. It's for so you guys can keep going. That's why they basically say if you do this with someone else, this is the entire intention of this after fights.
mm-hmm.
So that's great.
Hmm. Do I
So
Well,
want
I almost
to
started
hope?
crying.
Aw.
I I have max hope right now, so
Cool.
Yeah, if you're not going to do the hope, I'll do the armor and the stress.
Yeah.
I have plenty hope, but
That's
I'll like
poignant. I
take
like that.
but as like when we're done with this whole thing, I'm gonna take like a little. I'm gonna take a little bit of my like robes or whatever, like a stray like cloth or something, and wrap it around my wounds. And whilst I'm continuing to cry and continuing to think like what happened. Um, I'm just gonna keep on wrapping my wounds and hopefully heal myself.
Cool. All right. Who's next?
I'll
Uh,
go next.
If anyone can help me with my armor, that'd be nice. I only restored one armor slot.
I mean, I was planning on working on my armor too.
Now go for it. Don't
I'll
worry about
go.
me.
My armor
I'll
is a little different from yours, but mine's just leather armor. So I would take out my blades. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember what the tools are for leather working, but I
just
would take
leather
that out
working tools.
and I would start patching up the cuts through the armor and repairing it. And I would be as I'm doing this, I'd be humming and kind of reciting a poem that I've memorized to help reduce my stress, and it gives me something to focus on as I work on clearing up my patching up my armor.
Nice.
Cool.
Dean will walk up to him, like slightly punch him in the shoulder. It breaks the glass cart. No, I'm kidding. You doing all right?
Oh no.
Please don't. God, no.
Hey, Kane, you doing all right?
I am doing okay. I hope he figures out the glass snake. But otherwise, I'm okay. I think the battles are a bit much. It's kind of out of my standard zone.
Yeah, I
But
don't ever remember you telling me about any time you got into a scuffle. Is this like your first time properly fighting for your life?
yes, yeah. I don't. I try to de-escalate the situation.
Well,
And escalate.
here's some tips for you. Sometimes you're not always going to be able to de-escalate. Believe me. I tried with that one, and I point with ceiling. It did not go great, but you did good in this fight. You stayed out of the way. You didn't get close to. You tried to avoid getting close to any threats. That's what you did pretty good for your first time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And she's gonna pat you on the back and then walk over to help Lily with it, whatever she is gonna do with that crystal snake.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to go look to the to what's in the snake, and I'm gonna spend like a long time really sketching its body and every this kind of mark that you described. That you
It's
said that
got,
there were some kind of.
as you start to look it over, and on scales that are, so these are small runes, but on certain scales the same runes match up. As if someone carved into the snake itself, these runes match up to the little cube. And as you look through the cube, remember when those you look if you look at the cube a certain way, it forms a snake with the symbols, and you realize that if the snake is laid out uncoiled, and you look through the cube with the symbol, and you match it up to the other symbols, that's probably how you charge and attune and potentially even charm the snake and get it like ready. The risk is that you have to move the snake, and that could wake it up. Out of character, I can wake it up at any moment with a fear, and I have the fear to do that. What I'm telling you is that when you go to move the snake, there's a chance that it will awaken. But right now it's
Yeah.
coiled and like going through it. But that's the trick. You figure the trick is that you have to look through the cube in a certain way with the symbols while it's in the same thing. It will glow, and once it does that, you essentially quickly charm and capture the snakes, like it's tiny pieces of its soul, as a matter of fact, into this cube, and then it will listen to you.
Okay.
So
So yeah, as I'm like explaining all these things to Dean, I'm kind of making an entry for the snake into my encyclopedia that I'm writing, and I'm trying to sketch all the different aspects of the snake, trying to capture all the attacks that it did and everything. So I'm gonna be asking Dean about like, oh, how was it? Because I lost sight of it at the beginning, and trying to like figure out how it moves and what it does and how it looks when it's ready to pounce and everything like that. And so yeah, we actually Dean, we used to sketch, right, or share that same hobby as well.
We do. So my question to you is: do you want to try to tame this thing, quote unquote?
I think it's basically something that I have to do. This is kind of the greatest discovery in probably hundreds of years. These things are a legend. Right now is the only one that we know for sure exists. So I think it's something that we owe to the world basically to be able to at least try to preserve it and in this case maybe tame it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I've never seen
I
anything
will.
like it.
I will help you, but you have to convince some of the heavier duty people to help me lay it out for you, right? And if we are going
Yeah.
to do this, we need people. We need all our squishy people out of this room and ready to perk up in case something does happen.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, they seem to be like gathering themselves. But yeah, I'll just go over and ask everybody after they're done with their activities if they can come over and help us. I think I found the secret of this box and their link to the crystal snake. So will this count as a prepare?
Yes.
Uh,
Yep. You
so
are
didn't
definitely
you already
preparing.
do your actions, right?
From the action tracker? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, not like mean like the downtime.
Oh yeah, this will still count as your downtime. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, if I can just get the hope from the prepare and clear a stress by sketching using my hobby to
Yeah.
advance my goal of
Yeah, that's reasonable.
just
Yep.
making a,
Yeah, that's
a
definitely reasonable.
detailed sketch.
Yep. Out of character, keep in mind if this goes wrong, this will you guys still have more combat probably to go until you get to a safe place. Just as a heads up. The only
Hmm.
I'm never going to tell you that otherwise. It's just we're at level 1 right now, and I want people to understand the pacing. There are more
Hmm.
fights probably.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to get out of here.
Yeah, I understand the risk of doing this. But also, if we successfully do this, this is going to give us a huge, not a huge advantage, but it's going to give us something.
Yeah, so I'll go over with everybody and then actually ask you guys, what do you think? I mean, we basically need everyone to be on board because it's a dangerous task. Even if
I think it's worth it.
I
Yes,
think so too.
absolutely. I'm fully on board.
Okay, Oscar, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. Uh, what's the worst that could happen? It could kill us, but if you're confident, then I'm confident in you.
Okay, so to do this properly, I'm going to need Yertle and I'm going to need Ceiling to help me maneuver this thing. We'll need everybody who's not going to help in the process of actually moving this thing out of the room, and I'm going to need Lily in the doorway. That way, she can do what she needs to do with the cube.
All right, I'll stand around the
Okay.
corner and entangle it if I have to.
That would be
I'm gonna
appreciated.
I'm gonna get out of the room
I could stand
because I
up
don't think I would.
and wait and run in if I need to put it back to sleep.
Yeah, the two of us should be able to contain it
All right.
if it doesn't work out.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like a
Now,
plan.
All right. So
now
all we're
Lily,
doing right now is you're going to give me a finesse roll to very carefully lay the snake in a horizontal position where it's uncoiled. Whoever's doing this.
Okay.
It's heavy, but it's more finesse.
Okay.
A finesse roll, you said?
Yeah, this is finesse.
Oh no, I'm bad at finesse. So who's doing it?
I have 0.
I am doing it.
Well, you need 2 people, don't you?
One person
Probably.
can do it. One person can actually
Probably.
start to uncoil it. It just takes longer.
Okay.
I mean, can I help then? Is it too heavy for me?
It's too unwieldy for you as a small creature. Someone can help him, but they need to have the way that the help works in this case is that they need to have something that like goes with agility essentially. Some reason why they are good at this.
Mhm.
You know.
I have, for some of my experience, I have circus performer.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you're agile enough to do this. You can help if you want.
Type stuff, and I'm right here then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
So
You're just giving him advantage now. Yeah.
agility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's rolling
Advantage.
2 hope. Yeah, 2 hope dice.
Plus for advantage. So I need that plus.
There should be an advantage option in the dagger heart.
Yeah.
There is.
There is. Yeah. There
Oh,
is.
nice.
Yep. Yeah, it rolls 2 hope automatically
Okay,
for you.
19 with
Okay.
hope.
Yeah, that's definitely enough.
Nice.
So you carefully, both of you carefully start to lay out this snake. It is 8 feet long, and like I said, it's girthy enough that like it's hard. It's almost hard to put your whole it's almost hard to like hug this thing. It's that girthy, and put your whole arms around it. But you do lay the snake out, and you position the snake very slowly in a way that you can see the runes across its very specific midsection portion. Now you have to line up the cube and match these runes up. And so all you have to do for this is just one more knowledge roll to make sure that you're getting the angle, the words, and everything right. But understand that if you're the one that does it, uh, you have the cube, you now own the snake if this works. Anyone that does this is going to have to do this again as well. It's actually very dangerous to do this to the snake because the snake obviously doesn't. It's not in the snake's best interest to be controlled like this, so it's going to attack whoever tries to. The only way to do this is to put the snake asleep, and you happen to have somebody who can do that. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
It was meant to
Lily?
be.
My God.
It was meant to be.
Okay.
We best
Lily?
befriend a snake.
Work your magic. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I. Okay, so I'll do a
Yeah.
knowledge roll.
Yeah,
This
we'll
is
see if
so
you get it the
weird.
first
I do
attempt.
have.
You do have multiple attempts, but there's danger on the second one.
I do have an experience that is knowledge is power. So I'm thinking that I'm pretty good at gauging all the angles, all the things. I've been looking at all the runes very detailed, and the cube, everything like that. I saw how the knight kind of used it for the first time. So I think I I guess I kind of prepare and as much as I can for this. So can I use that experience then?
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can.
Okay, so now I don't have advantage because it's not
Oh
something
yeah, this is
related to
just you.
creatures or
This
something.
is just you.
I will use the experience, but I will use my adept to mark a stress and double the experience.
Ooh.
Cool.
So I get a stress, and I'll roll. So mod will be okay. There we go. 22 with fear.
Nice.
That's good. 22 with fear works. So, here's what ends up happening. You go ahead and match up the runes. And when you match up the runes with this image of the snake, the runes on the snake, everyone sees this. The runes on the snake's midsection start to glow a deep burning red. It wakes the snake up immediately. Its eyes stare into yours as if it's going to strike you. And then it has a bright flash of blue in its eyes. And the cube itself flashes blue as well. You now control the snake. Now, since you control the snake, you can look at the stat block now, and it has 2 wounds, as an FYI.
So it's really, really hard.
Yeah, it has a total of 5, I believe. Let me just double check that.
Are you
But
saying
yes.
it has 2 wounds left, or it has 2
No.
wounds
It's taken 2 wounds. Yeah, it's only taken 2
Okay,
wounds.
so it's half.
Yep.
It's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
glass snake was definitely going to be a problem if you guys kept going, but it's got 5 wounds though, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yep, it's got 5 wounds.
Cool.
Can I heal it?
You can. It's an ally now, so you can heal the snake. Yeah.
All right.
Lily, enjoy your new pet snake.
Wow, this is amazing. It's like the most wonderful feeling. Just like
You
be
hear
so
from
in touch with like a being of pure legend.
Ah, nice.
There's multiple things with the snake. So this snake will allow you to make that glass shield number 1 with its thing. So
With the scales.
yeah, the scales are worth something.
Oh.
So
you hear from
I would realize that this snake, if we brought it into the city, people would be like nuts about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, a small victory for our group.
Who are the smartest
You hear
people
Wait
with
till
you?
our-
Let me see something real quick. Who has the highest knowledge in the group?
probably
I have to.
Probably.
Yeah, I have to.
I would be shocked if it was anyone besides Lily.
Lily,
Right.
Lily, this is what you know. You've been in the city long enough to know this. You take that snake back into the city, and the guards and Sebastian himself might, for the good of the city, take your snake. That said, if they
Aw.
do take your snake, if that happens, obviously they're going to give you some kind of compensation for it and whatever. But that's your best guess. I mean, the city is built on cooperation and it's built on these things, uh, especially considering it's so valuable. Whatever. The minute you walk back in that city, your best guess is that. I mean, it might give you an audience with Sebastian, though. That's the thing. It's possible. Like, so this is a monumental achievement. You might be able to convince them to let you keep the snake, but that's probably the most likely scenario. Is that they're going to tell you that this is something that needs to be studied. It's you know, it could even go to Sebastian himself, Sebastian Gray, who is the leader of the entire city. You don't know, but that's the most likely outcome.
I have another question. When the knight came into the room and called the snake, did the snake just slither down the hatch,
It
or
did.
just appear?
No, it
Okay.
slithered down the hatch. It doesn't teleport. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Dean is going to
you hear
go into a corner and throw up from just how much stress he was under.
Oh my gosh.
You hear from the other room. You guys dead yet?
So
No, everything is fine.
I think we've discovered where these undead are getting made, but we still need the chalice. Do we need
Yeah.
to search upstairs in this building?
Yeah, I would assume that the chalice is somewhere upstairs, but we should take evidence. I am loath to be associated with disgusting magics, and he spits on the ground, and he puts his hood and mask back up, and he puts his armor back on.
Well,
But we need evidence.
I can sketch that plant over there. That way, you can at least take a picture back of it. And
I got 2 potions from that bench over there. I don't know what they do,
Yeah.
but I mean, could be evidence of some sort.
Well,
And then
why don't we? I'll grab the burlap bag, and I'll put the 2 hearts in the bag.
Did someone grab the potion from the night as well?
uh, I'll grab the potion from the knight as I
He has one more
walk
thing on
past him,
him.
and I'll pick up.
The knight has one more thing on him too. There's a small,
Oh.
tiny
He
miniature
has that skull.
Oh.
I will take that and I'll hand it to somebody who knows more about magic than me.
Any skill, that's not right.
Lily. I have a +0 in knowledge, so
I mean, sure, I can take a look and see if it's magical or
Go for
not,
it.
or
Oh no!
I have
So
detect
Oscar
magic.
knows it's magical because when Oscar gets close
fucking
to it,
sense.
yeah, Oscar knows that it is the magic. Yeah.
so then I can use my advantage in knowledge to recall information about the magical nature of
it-
these things.
Yes.
And while she does that, I'm going to sit down in front of that plant. I'm going to pull out like a notepad and like pencil. I'm going to start sketching it.
Cool. Okay.
Does the magic from the skull match any of the magic that's like was on the bodies or was on the um the blocks or the plant or anything?
No, it's emanating a very different kind of feeling to you. A very different kind of feeling than any of these things.
Uh-huh. Is it more similar to my magic, or is it like? Does it feel similar? Does it
No,
feel
it feels
different?
it feels cold and dark and awful, but it's a different feeling than the really creepy, grossed out magic that you're getting from the tree and other things. But it is dark and you know you don't get a
Okay,
great feeling about it, but it's different.
cool. Sick.
Okay, so I get 23 with fear, but I get
Okay.
to gain a hope even if I roll with fear.
All right.
These high
Your
rolls with
best,
fear are scaring me.
yeah, your best guess at what is going on here is this has something to do with the undead itself. It is possible.
Mm.
It is possible, however, when you think to yourself, as you see this tiny skull, it's got runes on the inside of it, this tiny skull, that's been shrunk in some way, probably magical. The runes themselves, when you look inside the skull, um, do light up in a glowing manner when you look directly at them. When they're exposed to light, they glow red. So that's all you know for now. But you think you
Hmm.
have to interact with this thing with undead in some way, and then see what
Yeah, I have
happens.
my theories. Maybe this is something that he uses to ward off the mountain of undead that are all around us.
Ooh, that's smart. That is
Mm.
so
Maybe,
smart.
yeah, maybe that's how
So
they
he
can
also
come in
has
and out.
the snake.
Hmm.
Hmm,
Maybe the
interesting.
snake can eat all the undead.
Yeah, definitely
I don't know.
they like to control creatures for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this knight is not the only person here.
Yeah.
I don't think he will be working alone.
Yeah, but
Why would
why
not?
would the virtue send us here and to get this chalice if some people are like him are like
Maybe they didn't
being stuck
know.
down here?
Yeah, this is a secret room. Maybe they don't
Yeah.
know. I know
Or
that they are.
maybe they just recently moved in. They said the
Yes.
undead problem was a recent development.
Hmm. And he also
So
said that we were in the wrong place, right, or the wrong room. Did he say place or room? I don't.
Oh,
He did say
he
both.
just
the
You're
said
in the
knight.
that.
wrong. He said both. You're in the wrong place. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to intimidate us.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, and Ceiling like walks over and crosses his arms and like leans so that he's like face to face with the dead guy, and he says, "I'm thinking at some point, sometime in the past, someone was sent to initiate into the virtues like us, and they decided to live here. Maybe I don't know what would make someone this man decide this, but he's a traitor now.
Does he have a helmet on or anything? Can we like take the helmet off, see what he looks like?
Oh no,
Seem
he wasn't
familiar?
wearing one. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
he wasn't.
describe
He
it.
wasn't wearing.
I'll describe him to you. He is a human. He has blonde hair, and he actually doesn't look like he's seen a ton of battle in the sense that he had no scars or anything else. He's in his mid 30s, and surprisingly a little like he has soft features, like meaning that he's a little too handsome to be uh, a seasoned warrior, but maybe he was.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting.
Interesting.
Would I recognize him at all? Do I like?
So
Would
that's
I
the
have
interesting
seen
thing.
him?
That's what I was about to get into. What's interesting is that you don't recognize him, but
Mm-hmm.
but here's the thing. You've seen a lot of nobility, and
Mm-hmm.
the way that he
Uh-oh.
keeps his hair, the way that everything going through it, he looks like he should be nobility, but you've never seen him.
Mm. Okay.
Does anybody want to take
Interesting.
a
Interesting.
take a sketch
Interesting.
take a
Does
sketch
he
of
have
him?
an
Somebody on
ID?
Where you going?
I
Yeah.
don't know how to draw.
We use the guillotine and cut his head off, and take the head back with us.
And we'll walk
That's
around
an
with a head.
option, but that blood will be.
Are we really like going around chopping people's heads off to carry with us?
I mean, that's the
Let's
only 100%
Little.
surefire way to identify him, but I don't like it either.
let's
Yeah.
just take a sketch of him real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer
What's the
that.
harm in taking a sketch of him?
That's more humane, I agree.
Yeah. That's
It's
well,
not.
humane.
He's dead.
Jesus,
He was helping, obviously, with these gruesome acts.
You make a good point, Kane. I want to make an argument about respect for the dead, but who knows how many people this man has killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who knows
my
if he's
point
like
is
working
is
with
that
them?
I
Is
have
that-
respect for the body for most people, but his I could care less about.
my point is I'd rather not walk around with a head and then possibly have to deal with the consequences of that. I'd rather just take a sketch.
Yeah, if anyone finds out,
Mhm.
a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
if he's nobility, then that's gonna tick off all the other like guards.
And you would know that. That's a valid point that everyone's making from a roleplay perspective, because your characters would also know that fighting and murder are not things that happen within the city. And so whenever this is the most violent encounter that most of you have ever seen, and it would be a big deal walking into the city with a head. That might cause a bunch of problems.
And that's why I'm saying, like, we're not showing it to everyone. We're just showing it to the city guards or the people that sent us out on this mission. Like,
So-
he's gonna go fill that bag with the two beating hearts.
What?
Hearts? There are hearts here?
What
Yeah,
hurt?
yeah.
Hearts?
Yeah, you need to expand on that. What did you find?
Like you can't just
Bags, the red things, they're actually beating hearts.
What?
Yeah,
maybe you should have told us
Reports to
this
me.
sooner.
Well, it didn't come up as a need to know, and you didn't need to know.
Yeah, I think that's kind of something that everybody should know.
Yeah, that is
I
everybody
was
should know
trying
this
to
kind of
tell
thing.
them. I was trying to tell you. I said something about the Black Flash, and then you said that you didn't see it, and then we had to hide from the guy.
I've heard about or seen, quote unquote.
You, but the rest of us.
It came from a place of concern. I appreciate it. So I have an idea. I want to take his head for 100% positive identification. But Dean brings up a good point. So let's do this. Ceiling walks over to Oscar. He balls up a fist and like places his hand across his chest, and he like closes his eyes and bows his head, and he says, "By your leave, my lord." And then he turns around and looks at the group. Me and Oscar can present this head to the virtues once we return privately, as to not raise suspicion. And he like grits his teeth a little bit and sighs and says, I hope this isn't the case, but we may end up rooting out some corruption within the House of Lords.
There you go.
Yeah,
Fine,
Like,
but make
I've
sure.
never seen him.
I don't really care for most lords to begin with.
Fine, but make sure you cover his head
Hey.
with black cloth.
I said most. Most of the lords are not as nice as you.
He has a point.
Fine.
That's true.
If you guys are going to decapitate him and bring his head, make sure you cover his head with black cloth. We don't want people getting glimpses of him.
I'll start doing a sketch as well, just in case we need it. And also, I can add it as my encyclopedia, as kind of the one that was controlling the snake, that sort of thing.
The Mage Knight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That, I hate to say it, but this man knew his way around a sword. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he did.
And
Yes.
definitely had some magic abilities as well.
DM,
Yes.
I got a quick question.
Yep.
Did it look like he knew what he was doing, or did it look like he was just thrashing about with his weapon?
No,
What I mean?
He definitely knew what he was doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
No, I mean he had actual magic to blast you guys to shreds too. No, he was definitely skilled.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the
But if
weapon
he's
now. It wasn't the
nobility, he's
weapon.
not.
He literally that was him doing that blast ability. So
But if he's nobility,
Okay.
he looks like he should be nobility. But if he is nobility, I don't know him, and I know everyone who's nobility
yes.
because me myself am nobility.
But then, could he
Well,
come from
which-
somewhere else outside of the city?
I don't
Well-
know, but whatever's outside the city gets incinerated by the chaos magic, right?
There are no other cities, yeah.
Yeah, and that's you would kind of know this already. That's why I'm going to interject and say it. So this is what you know, especially given that you are a fairy and you came into the city at some point. So from the outside world, what you guys are told in general is that probably the only people that pass are the virtues. The Aegis can't even pass. It's the only virtues pass through that wall because they have special magical armor that allows them to do that. And there are actually technically other cities, but they're so far away, and you only hear stories about them. And the virtues don't talk to a bunch of people anymore. So the virtues are so separated from society. None of you have ever, just so you know, none of you have ever spoken to a virtue in your entire life. You've only seen them, and the only one that's seen them more than most is Oscar, because he lives in that side of the city, and he can see them occasionally because there's not a ton of them, but they don't
I see
generally
like
talk.
glimpses of them.
Exactly, they don't generally have conversations. They're busy. They're so revered. They don't generally have conversations with people. So this is what you do know. If there was nobility, you have no idea how that works outside of the city. It's so unfathomable to you that it's like, it's just a mystery. Anyway.
Wait a minute. Another city. If we don't know about them, they could be spying on us to try to. I don't know. I don't know why.
The chaos magic around the city destroys everything. So if there's virtues from another city coming to spy on us, they would have to have the special armor that the virtues do. And I don't even know if that armor is capable of like being replicated in other cities.
But the barrier only blocks access to the city, not around this building, for example. What if they are just scouting ahead or around the city, but not inside of it?
We're speculating a lot. That's not our job.
Right now, what we need to do is we need to. I agree with Ceiling right now. What we need is we need to collect the evidence that we have right in front of us, do what we need to do, and get out.
Right.
I
Yeah.
agree. The next
Okay.
thing before we
Yeah.
dealt with this uh, body is to find the chalice and get out of here.
Yeah. That was our job. That's what we were tasked to do.
I don't
Find
know
the
what
chalice.
that is for. And Ceiling points a thumb over his shoulder at the sewer looking thing, and he says, "But we should try that to escape. It'd be safer than going over land."
Yeah.
We could possibly
And we also
use
need to
some of the
find.
black powder upstairs to blow open that gate.
Ah,
But we need to
Yeah.
find that chalice first.
yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right,
And
Ceiling.
There's a high chance that that place that had all the dead goblins in it, or all the zombie goblins in it, is the place that we need to look at.
Well,
Lily, do you want to?
we haven't even touched. There could be upstairs.
I prefer upstairs.
Yeah, let's try upstairs
If
first.
if if we don't find it, we might have to test Lily's theory that it might be some sort of ward against undead.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Should we decapitate this guy? I'm gonna decapitate him now. I don't want his body to be teleported away or something. And he picks up the corpse and brings it over to the guillotine.
Okay.
And he goes to put him on, and then he remembers that there's that weird floating sawdust on the table, and he starts to wipe it off. And I'm assuming he feels something underneath the sawdust.
Yeah. So as you do that, it you do feel something invisible. There is something invisible there. Yeah.
Yeah. What is this? And he like starts poking at it. There's
It's a
something
dead
here.
body. It's a dead
That's
body. You're poking a dead
that's
body.
that's a shame. And he like gently like pushes it so that it flops off the table. And then he unceremoniously tosses the dead noble's body onto the guillotine table and starts to position him so that his head's through the hole. And then he steps over here. And is there an obvious way to work this thing, or is he like fiddling around with a rope, like not having any idea what to do?
Oh, so the
You
way
can also chop it off with your sword.
there is actually there's a mechanism right on top that releases the blade, which you can figure out easily. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not sure if I see it, but we'll say I see it. So he reaches up and he like pulls out like some sort of stopper or something, and does something happen, Chris?
Yeah, so it will decapitate the body there. Yeah. So you now have the head on you. You don't have to roll for this.
Okay. He picks up the head by the hair, and he like you could tell just his eyes behind his mask. He's grimacing, like he's not enjoying this at all, and he's like holding the head.
I toss him like a big like black cloth to wrap the head in.
Thank you. And he's holding the head out, like as far as his arm will reach, not wanting to get any blood on him. And he holds it out over this fire to like cauterize the neck wound close while trying to avoid burning the face.
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to.
that
You're
can
gonna
go.
have to
That's
tie
fine.
it to your belt, bud.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tie it to your belt, bud. See you storing that in your bag unless you want everything covered in blood.
That's a good point. And after the neck wound is more or less cauterized clothes and the room is filled with the disgusting scent of cooking human flesh,
Yummy.
I'm gonna
Nom,
use
nom, 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 nom.
prestidigitation just to make the smell around us a little bit softer.
yeah, you can hear him coughing. He's not vomiting yet, but he's getting really close. You can hear him like he's retching, and then he stuffs the head into the bag and ties it to his belt. And he
Yeah.
rejoins the group.
Cool. Awesome. Very cool.
I've
So
been meaning
yeah,
to say,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yertle was petting the snake to heal it with sparing touch.
Aw.
Cool. Very cool.
He's just rubbing his eyes like,
There's
oh my
the
god.
2 hit points.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Okay, so the snake is at full HP.
So the snake is at full? Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for
Dean is,
taking care of him.
Dean is just like rubbing his eyes like,
Now,
God, this turned out to be much more than
as
I
you guys get
wanted it
back up,
to.
you do like Ceiling. As Ceiling walks in, he's like slightly alarmed because he sees the green slime and he's like, "Oh my god!" But then he remembers it's still asleep.
Oh.
I can
Baby.
just as a heads up, I can wake that up at any time. But it is in a
Anytime,
deep
yeah.
sleep. It is in a deep sleep currently, just like the snake was. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's sleeping.
He's EP.
He's sleepy.
We only have
Yes,
like
I
8
know
minutes
what's
left
happening
in the
downstairs.
session. Do
Yeah,
you guys want to?
we can stop. This is a good place to stop because, like I said, anything you guys do at this point is going to initiate. I'm assuming more
Wow.
combat. Yeah. So,
What
and
a
you do have,
time.
and just so you guys know, you do have some options. So the options that may not be obvious but are currently there is you have this room over here, you have upstairs, you have back this room here. You could, of course, just try to leave at any time as well, but you know there's a ton of undead outside. So.
Isn't
Those
there
are
a
the
bunch of
obvious
undead in
options.
the left door?
There should be.
Yeah.
When you when
Yeah.
you closed it, there was. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So those are the
Yeah.
obvious options, and then of course you could just go off the back too, but you would assume there's undead there as well. I expanded the map. I let you guys see more of it because it will become relevant as well. But there's obviously more map here, and so we can go off that too. So, but yeah, yeah. This is a good place to stop though.
I wonder where the
Yeah.
chalice is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably
And
upstairs or in that.
Yeah.
In that banquet hall room. Yeah.
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 And
I just got Tailfire, so
downstairs that we can't get into.
you guys also
Nice.
unlocked so the way that I'm building this is and I because I did this with my D&D game, but it gets super complex as we get more into like open world stuff, and I don't want there to be like paralysis on it. So what I'm gonna try to do in the meantime is to be more transparent about what side quests are available and all that stuff. I just want to see how that goes. I might stop doing it because, to be honest, I personally hate that. I'd much rather just do it and like go through the narrative. But I do want to try this just because I don't want people to lose things or whatever. But Corfer, just so you know, for now, you have definitely unlocked a side quest to go to the lightning tree with your fruit.
Cool.
So that'll be something that you'll have in your back pocket once we get to town. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Nice.
And I just got Tailspire, so I don't know what the campaign
awesome.
thing is.
Yeah, so if you got Tailspire, I will give you the code. So all I have to do is give you a code. Let's do that before you leave. If you want to load it,
Yeah.
I'll give you the code
Yeah,
to
let
get
me
into
do
the
that
party.
real
And yeah, you'll and by the way, if you want to find a different miniature, there are hundreds to go through. You can look at the miniatures that we have, but also Tailspire added this thing where you can go into beta community, and there's like thousands of miniatures that you can look through in this. Just unfortunately, you have to put in a filter for now. Like you could put in, for instance, Tiefling, because they won't have the other thing. And you could see all the Tiefling miniatures. And if you want to choose a different one, just let me know, and I'll put it in there.
Okay. All right.
But,
And then it says
let me get you a code.
enter join ID.
Yeah, let's get that code right now. So, your invite code is. I'm gonna put it into this here. There's your code. It's under Daggerheart. And let me know when you got it, and I will summon you in. And I'm also gonna give you access to your miniature. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I might as well get it. It says invite code valid. Invalid.
Oh, that's interesting. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me
So
generate another one.
D08.
Yep. I'll generate another one. It's all good. So copy code.
All right. Well, I had fun. I'm gonna go make some dinner. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you later, man.
Good.
Yeah, everybody did a great job. See you guys later. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
This was fun.
Bye. It is.
Bye-bye.
Omar, you got your pet snake. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah,
Yeah, what you gonna do now?
we'll see.
Hold on.
Hopefully we don't die, so
1,
I'll get to keep it.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
Did that let you
Okay,
in?
see you. See you next week.
Hold
Yep.
on. Hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
Oh, I
it let
think
me.
you're in now. Let's see.
Yeah,
What is the name of your
it's like it's
Luna?
Taylor Green Theater, I think.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Okay, so there you go. And now go ahead and try to move your miniature.
Oh, it still says waiting on DM.
Oh, I have to fetch you, I guess. There you go. Now see if you can move your miniature.
It's loading.
Okay.
It's taking forever to load.
Yep.
Oh, I can't see myself. What the heck?
You would be here.
It's just blue.
Oh, that is weird.
It's just
Hold
little
on.
blue.
Oh, well,
So
maybe
confused.
it needs to fetch you again. Hold on, let's see. It's just
Oh
blue.
my god. Yeah, it just looks blue or like icy or whatever it is.
You
I
might
don't
have
know.
to. This up here is the tile thing. You might be underground or
Mm-hmm.
something. You can try to like lift it
Well, it
and
might be underground.
yeah. Also, you can click on your little character thing here, the Tiefling Spellcaster. So if you click on the
Mm-hmm.
left on the Tiefling Spellcaster, sometimes it'll bring you to the miniature as well.
Oh, hold on. It's slowly building.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, this is a
I'm
huge
so
map. This is a
sorry.
no, it's okay. This is a
I was like,
huge map. It might take a
no.
while. Yeah. The map is huge, so.
Okay.
But yeah, once you get in, there's thousands of miniatures to choose from and stuff that you could redo. So
Yeah. It's just taking forever to load.
yeah, this is a really big map. All my maps are pretty massive, so
Yeah. I don't blame it. I just was like saying like it's so big.
yeah,
Like I'm trying to it's just taking forever to load.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's missing community content. Maybe I should download all.
Yeah, you do have to download all. Yeah,
Okay, I'll
yeah.
figure this out.
Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, cool. No, that's
I
great.
think
That's
the
fine. Then
miniature
that's
is
fine.
fine.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I might as well get it.
Oh yeah, it's still
So,
worthwhile.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Awesome.